Lit.
Oh, hey, looks like we're on, bro. All right, so this is Ostin. What's up, guys? We're back with another episode of the Book of Ostin, Life of Detours. I'm here with my boy Mike Wilson. That's 216 Wild Boy out here. What's up?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
Yo, how you doing over there, bro?
Man, I'm just living life, man. I appreciate you having me on. I know it's been a while, man.
Bro, it has been a while. I ain't seen you in what? Probably like, I want to say
Years.
like 3, 4 years now, something like
Yeah,
that,
man.
bro.
It's been a minute.
That is wild, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we met back in the day at old Fridays, bro.
Yep. TGI Fridays. And that's almost
Yeah.
about what, for me, when I started working there about almost 10 years ago. And then
Hell
I want to
yeah.
say you started working there like not too long after.
Yeah, I'd say maybe a
And
year
then,
after or so. But you were already
yeah.
established up there. I remember you were like the bartender up there, bro. That shit was dope,
Yeah.
dude.
Shoot, then you took over, man. Then you took over.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know?
came in. It didn't take me too terribly long, but you'd already moved on to some big bad stuff by that point, bro. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But
That's
you was always great, man. It was always a pleasure working with you, and
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
always got great vibes and great energy. Always
Yeah.
with you, bro. So you
Hell
know,
yeah, bro. I remember like dude, you were just so chill behind the bar, bro, and like we just like kick it like across the well and shit all the time,
yeah,
bro. Like me sitting there like a little like 19-year-old server out there, bro.
man. Hey, but you was always like interested to learn, man, and you was
Oh
always
yeah.
easy to talk to. You know,
Mm.
like so a lot of people just take life too serious and don't enjoy it. And I
Yeah.
could just tell like you enjoy life, and you just enjoyed the aspects of just learning and living life. You know,
Yeah, like if you're gonna do it, go ahead and be good at it while you're at it. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is just talk to the right people and just pay
Yeah,
attention. You know?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it back for a second. I'm gonna give you the little spiel talking about the life of detours. This whole podcast kind of started after I wrote the book and everything. So what I did with the book was I sat down with like my closest friends and family, and I did interviews with them to kind of talk about like all these little situations that we'd gotten into. Like all this stuff was just kind of running through my head all the time, like thinking about it and like thinking about how they felt
Yeah,
about it and stuff like that. Whenever you sit down and talk to them, you actually get some kind of resolution. Yeah, and then you put it down in writing, and then it's just no longer in your head. You actually have like it's basically like taking it, putting it on like a little backup, and getting it out of your fucking head, bro. And
right.
it was the best, bro. And so I kind of wanted to take that and kind of start hearing how other people's like when you look at the stories that I was telling, it's all like we went like each person's is like chronological, so you see how everything kind of steps out and how we ended up getting into these situations and how we ended up where we were. And
Yeah,
so you kind of realize like everybody's stuff is like that, like because of this situation you end up in this situation, and then that pushes you here and here and here, and then you end up sitting in your room on a podcast with all Ostin, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're here to figure out. So we gonna start out. Like,
Right.
I kind of just want to know like what's going on with you, bro, because I listened to that episode of the Fans Edge. That's up on YouTube, Spotify, everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Facebook, Twitter, you can find us
yep.
everywhere, man.
Hell yeah. So what's going on
Yeah,
with that? I know you got 3 people on it. Is that like a set? Like it's just you three most of the time?
yeah. So you have myself, 216 Wild Boy, and
Yep.
EG LaFleur. We're the two hosts, and then you have my best friend, Walt K Disney. She's actually the producer. She
Hmm.
has like she works. She has so much experience. She's been doing it since back in college, and then she's worked for
Nice.
multiple news stations as well. She's
Oh.
produced content on YouTube for multiple fraternities and sororities. So, you know, I was like, man, this next time around, and it's not my first time, doing this.
Yeah.
This I would say would be like probably like my second time around doing it, and I was just like, I want to do it the right way.
Yeah. Get
And
the
I,
right
I
people involved.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I also knew, it's so time consuming as well. So I knew
Hmm.
that I needed a team who, where it's not everything is just me. I don't have to come up with just the outlines. I don't have to do just the promoting. on social
Yeah.
media and things like that. Like,
That
I
stuff
got a
is
team
taxing.
now.
People don't
It
even know,
is.
bro.
It's very time consuming, because what we do is, Austin, we're content creators, and
Hmm.
so we always have to, we're creating content for people, and people just think, hey, someone just comes up, and they just sit there and do this, and they think that
And
you
they
didn't put
throw it
any.
out there and it just
Yeah,
goes out.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't go like that. Like, we have all of these different things going in our mind, and
Uh huh.
sometimes, like, people say, oh, think I'm stuttering or whatever, but my mind is racing so fast, and literally
Yeah.
sometimes my lips just cannot keep up with how fast my mind is going.
I already know that, and I know that comes across in your show, but that's just you, bro. I remember
Yeah.
that, like, oh, I remember that from back in the day, dude. Like, because you can see the gears are working, and you're still getting your message across, but I already know, like, you didn't say everything that, like, I don't know. I feel like you might have the problem of thinking, like, you didn't get your full point across, even though, like, you dotted the T's, or you dotted the I's, crossed the T's, everything,
Yeah.
but, like, you had it so figured out, and it's hard to get it out in words.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always been more of like a, an action guy than words guy, and in
Hmm.
life I realized, you got to speak up a little bit more and stuff like that, but I just was always like, hey, it'll show in my actions, it'll show in my work. So,
Yeah.
but the Fans Edge, we're on YouTube,
Hmm.
Instagram. We put out shows every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to start putting out more content as the football season comes out. We're
I'm
going to be
so
putting
ready
out
for that,
breakdowns.
bro.
Yeah, we're going to be putting out breakdowns. I got interviews lined up. We're going to be interviewing people, and these are going to be
Nice.
live interviews. So if you like sports and it's going to be one of your team, you definitely are going to want to chime in, because this is the whole platform is to be able to give fans the opportunity to ask, people who actually interview the team, those sports teams and stuff.
Hmm.
You get to ask them questions, the questions that you normally don't get to ask. And, you
Yeah.
never, and also it gives you, a lot of people like to whisper and say things, behind the Twitter fingers and stuff. But
Yeah.
this also gives people that, you get to come on record. Put yourself on
Yeah.
record. I like to
What you
put
gonna say
myself on
now?
record. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would say during the 2020 season, when I was
Hmm.
actually keeping score of picking games, I was over 70% in picking college football and NFL games. I would say
Hey.
if I wasn't picking NFL games, I'd probably be hovering in between 75 to 80% with college games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cause the NFL is just all over the place, really, bro.
Man, NFL, I try, man, but I can't. Don't listen to me coming and picking
Any
those
given Sunday,
games.
dog.
Yeah,
Any given
college
Sunday, my man.
college I'm plugged into more.
Oh, okay, I see it. That's the
Yeah,
harder of the two, really, though, because there's so many teams, there's so many players, bro.
it is.
Like
But
that's rough.
when you've been following some of these players for like since their high school careers,
Oh yeah.
it kind of becomes easier,
Hmm.
and you start to be able to remember those players, so you kind of know what those teams have, and then you remember the recruiting rankings. You go from that to the composite
Hmm.
rankings as well, and then it kind of lets you know what teams, and then from there the type of team you have, but then you also got to start thinking about the coaches. What
Yeah.
scheme? Like my team,
Hmm.
Ohio State, they have the greatest offensive scheme. Last year the
Hmm.
number one offense, Heisman finalist candidate as a first time
Hey.
starter at quarterback. But what they didn't have is they ain't have no defensive coach.
Okay.
Defense is what's been hurting Ohio State.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta look at that. Is this a
Yeah,
good?
but the
Is it?
competition's high though too, man. Like they're playing these teams that like they will score on you, bro. Like that
Yeah,
is happening.
and
Yeah.
and that's happening. And with the NIL and transfer portal, what you're starting to see is the playing field is starting to be leveled out. And the good thing about that is you can kind of start going off of the coaches more and the scheme more.
Okay, because
How's
they
that?
can play with their pieces a
Yeah.
little more,
Well,
huh?
how's this scheme match up against this scheme? You know,
Okay, yeah.
how does this personnel match up going against that scheme? Because if my defense plays man against a team that has two first round wide receivers,
Two of the
I already
fastest
know
dudes
how
in the
that's going.
league.
Yeah, I already know how that defense is going to get destroyed. You know what I'm
They about to
saying?
get burnt up,
Yeah,
bro.
but if they're going up against a team with zone, then maybe I can predict that it's going to be a closer game. So just
Okay,
things like that.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, I did like that last episode y'all did. I liked how it kind of like it started out. Yeah, we're just kind of like talking about like a couple of different subjects. Like y'all touched on the NFL, and then you started hopping into this player portal and stuff. And I didn't really understand it, but then by the time you got through talking about it, I was starting to understand like the way that they can actually like transfer people around and stuff, man.
And yeah, and that's the good thing about the show. Like we don't just talk. Even though we have a college football focus, we still talk about all different sports, especially the hottest things that's going on. And
Yeah.
but then also the great thing about the live show is it allows people to be able to hop in. You can put your
Yeah.
comment in. You can go ahead either type your comment, and then right now what we have going on is you can click a link and actually come in and
Oh,
be on
hey.
video with us and ask your questions. Yeah.
Oh, you better
So
believe I'm about to be on that on Sunday,
hey, come
probably.
on, man. Come
All
on.
right.
Yeah, you just click that link. It's gonna be right there in the Twitter and the Facebook. And I think on like we'll have a link on YouTube as well. So you just
Yeah, I
click
think I,
that
I was
link.
watching it on the YouTube one. Yeah.
Yeah, you just click that link and hop right on in, ask your questions, Uh,
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
if we had disagreements, it's a great show for debating.
Oh,
It's
absolutely,
it's
dude. Yeah.
more it's more authentic than what you're seeing on First Take, and how also
Uh huh.
like I said, the people who are actually interviewing the teams and actually on the ground, those are the people who I want to interview. You won't see me
Yeah.
trying to get people from ESPN and things like that because
They
they don't
scripted.
get it's scripted and they don't care about the actual truth, the full story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They what they care
They just
about
trying to
is
catch headlines or
the
what?
the headlines, the narrative, and the clickbait. You know,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
cause I put it, Ohio State as an example. As a fan, the whole Urban Meyer and the Zach Smith thing that came out. Um, if you actually went, there's a beat writer. Shout out to Kyle Lamb. He's no longer a beat writer, but he was one of the best. If you actually like, this guy dove so deep in, and you found out how the university used Urban Meyer and Zach Smith as a scapegoat. They
Oh
wrote
wow.
down. You
Yeah.
got to understand that Urban Meyer has bosses as well at Ohio State,
Mhm.
and if they wanted that man, if they wanted Zach Smith gone, he could have been gone. But what they said was, we're going to let due process play out, and they let due process play out. Nothing was found. He was found. He wasn't found guilty of anything
Was
or
this?
whatever.
I don't know the situation very well.
Yeah.
So was this
Well,
like one
some
of
people.
the Me Too movement kind of a deal or?
Yeah. Basically, man. I mean, a lot of like this is the thing that ESPN will not tell you.
Mhm.
This had something to do with Ohio State recruiting Texas players and Texas missing out
Ah,
on them. So the head
gotcha.
coach, who was a former Ohio State coach,
Mhm.
who had a little bit of disagreement with another coach,
Uh huh.
his wife, who also didn't like that coach, decided, hey, I know this reporter who used to work for ESPN. I'm
Oh
going to
shit.
slip him this story.
Uh huh.
He slips that story, and guess where he posts this story on? It was nothing
Bro.
official. He posted it on Facebook.
What?
Yes, this story that ended up on ESPN by Brett McMurphy was originally a Facebook post titled,
Wow.
and here's the clickbait for you that messed it all up, and why Urban Meyer was seen as his villain and all of this stuff. He
Mhm.
posted as Zach Smith gets arrested for domestic violence.
Oh man, yeah, that's clickbait right there,
He
bro.
was
Everybody's
never
checking that
he
out.
was never arrested.
What?
So go to Big Ten Media Day. Someone asked Urban Meyer, "Do you know about Zach Smith being arrested?" He says, "No, I don't know of any such thing." And then the media says he's lying. He didn't
Now it
know
looks like he's covering something up, and
because
it's like a
now
whole.
Brett McMurphy went back and changed it to he didn't get arrested, that the wife filed a restraining order or something. Like he
Oh,
changed,
okay,
like
yeah,
literally once he got the clicks and the story started changing, he changed the
yep.
headline of the story.
He flipped on it, yeah.
And if you go back and look at it, it was edited over like 20 times.
Oh,
The
jeez,
story was
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
if you have to edit it that many times, it's not an accurate freaking
You're not
story.
telling the truth for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
and I mean, so my whole thing is I like to be accurate. I like to be factual, and that's the content that I want to bring. I'm not trying to do the clickbait. I just want to make it the right way. You know.
Yeah, and you're just out here like doing your research and just telling the people what you read and what you find out from the right sources and stuff. Because I already know you know where to
Exactly.
look too.
Exactly. The
Yeah,
beat
you're not
writers
following the
screw.
ESPN leads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Screw them. Screw
yeah.
them. Yeah.
You
Because
don't
to
need
be
that
honest,
negativity in your
all
life,
they
bro.
doing is they're taking somebody else's story and turning it into their narrative.
Uh
You
huh.
know?
Yeah, using it to get the clicks,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey,
Brett
so
McMurphy with that bogus story, he didn't get his job back at ESPN. He got hired somewhere else, and then they let him go because he because he sucks, bro. So now he's unemployed.
damn, so they got rid of him in the end. They knew what they were doing.
Clickbaiters never win, man. They never win.
Wow. That's crazy, right? Because that's what everybody's worried about is getting turned into that too. Because this
Bro,
whole the cancel culture and everything, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I don't like, I like my job, man, and I don't really tell people where I work and things like
Hmm.
that. I don't do that. I would love to post like my resume and stuff on LinkedIn, but I
Yeah.
won't because it's just like anything that I possibly could say could
Hmm.
cancel me. I have a
Yeah.
disagreement of an opinion, and it could cancel me. I could,
With
I
anybody that's gonna put in the
yeah.
time.
I mean, and here's the thing is back in the day, if someone said something wrong, you know, you would what we would say is you check them and
Uh
then
huh.
put them up, as we would say, put them up on game, and
Yeah.
then they're able to go back and correct. But
Uh
now
huh.
instead of just correcting people, we just want to cancel them, and it's like
Yeah.
if someone's willing to be corrected and they're willing to actually learn,
Yeah.
then I don't think that they should be canceled. But I mean, if they're just, hey, I'm a down that hill, not willing to learn, then
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Then you're out of here, bro. Yeah. If you can't take
Yeah,
it,
that's
yeah,
a
you shouldn't be out here putting stuff out, dog.
yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Hey, so I do want to bring this beer out because I need a beer, but I was gonna fucking show you these. I'm sure you've heard of these ones, and I want to get your take on it, bro. Have you tried these hoes out?
I'm trying
The
to
eight
see.
Elite Light Lager from Troy Aikman.
I haven't. I've been seeing people talking about them, and I've been seeing
They're
them around, but
everywhere
I
down here,
haven't.
bro.
I
This is
haven't.
actually my first night drinking them. I've tried them at the bar, like at my bar, like I've taken little taste testers out of them and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it's actually pretty good now that I'm actually drinking one. Like just on a taste test, it's a little weird because it's like he wants it to be like a real light. He's trying to get into that Mick Ultra kind of spot, you know. But
Right.
he's trying to have a little bit more beer flavor. So whenever I first tasted it, I was like, it tastes like he made basically a Mick Ultra and then he added some beer flavor in. But as you drink it, it might be a little more complex than that. I don't know. But shout out to Troy Aikman, bro. Just send me some beer, bro. I don't even care. We'll do.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, sponsor
I
me,
don't
bro.
know.
Hit me up.
Hey, if I was able to get a sponsor, I'd go back to drinking that beer. But
Hey,
I actually, man, I kind of started trying to slow down on beer, man. I'm trying to lose this
yeah.
little dad gut that I got,
Oh
man.
yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
just
took
been.
April off from drinking. That was a interesting move. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, to be honest, man, I think everybody, we probably need to take, a month off or, every
Hmm.
now and again to cleanse our body. That's
Yeah,
something that I've been looking into and actually thinking about. And I'm actually, preparing. I'm actually thinking about going a whole month, no
yeah.
meat at all,
Oh,
which is,
really? Okay. I
yeah,
did
which
that
is going to
for
be,
I think I went like a week or 2 weeks a couple of years ago, and it was actually it's not as hard as you would think, you know. Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
like I like the meat because I feel like it gives you like a full like you get that full stomach feel out of it. You know what I mean? If you're
yeah,
eating the right stuff, it's not like that heavy meal, but like I don't know, you can get the same results from a plant-based meal
yeah,
if you
yeah.
find the right shit. It's a little harder. It's something you got to put the effort into.
Yeah, I'm just looking I'm just looking to do it for, to cleanse my body. Just a
Yeah.
monthly cleanse, you
Yeah, and
know.
just give it a try, man. Yeah, and
Yeah.
also like if you do it for the month, then you have stuff to add back into your regular life whenever you do come back if you do, you know?
Yeah. I definitely my hardest thing is I don't know if I'll ever be able to give up steak. Like I love
Oh
steak.
yeah, I
I
feel
love
that,
a
bro.
nice medium
Yeah.
rare steak. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's my boy. Okay, bet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that's definitely hard will be hard to
Yeah.
get rid of. But yeah.
Hey, so you said you're trying to cut back on beer. So what's your drink right now?
Whiskey and tequila, man.
Hey, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always keep some Jack Daniels in my cabinet, but
Hey, that's the boy.
I like to try different whiskeys out, and then
Mm-hmm.
Cabo Reposado as the tequila. As long as it's Reposado or Anejo,
Yeah,
we good. Like
that's what I'm
I
talking
really
about. Yeah.
can't do the silvers. I can't do the
Mm-hmm.
blancos.
Silver's
Uh,
for that's for party time, bro. You're not just sitting
yeah,
down sipping on that.
Man, it's hard. I feel like it's hard for me to drink it, man. But you give me some reposado or anejo, I'm good. I love it.
Yo,
I love
that's
it.
what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah,
So, did you like tequila before you moved here, or is this like something that's kind of coming up? Cause, bro, when I moved
man.
here, I got put on some tequila, bro.
Tequila has basically, like, bro, always been a part of my life, man. I
Yeah.
would say it was the first alcohol that I ever drank.
Oh, really?
Tequila,
Okay. Yeah.
Jose Cuervo Gold. It was the only
Yeah.
thing. So
Ooh.
like,
Yeah. That's that
so
aggressive tequila.
yeah, that's what my mom drink, and when my mom, when she would go out, her and my stepdad, they go out with the friends and everything.
Hmm.
I go and I'd sneak and get a little shot or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, man, tequila that was always a thing for me, and
Yeah.
then as a youngin, when I didn't know any better, I was kind of drinking everything, man. But I was probably
Yeah. I feel
drinking
that.
vodka
Hmm.
more. I could. It to think about it is crazy. It like actually kind of makes me gag just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I I just remember like going to a party one time and like
Hmm.
literally just taking a whole like gallon of vodka and just
Yeah.
taking a pull of it and drinking it like it was water. Didn't make a
Oh.
face, no nothing. And it's
That was
like,
back when
man,
we could do that shit, bro. We can't do
I
that no
can't,
more, bro.
bruh.
Oh
I
no.
won't even touch vodka. Like I won't touch vodka if someone tells me like that's a shot that's mixed with vodka. I won't do it.
You ain't doing it, yeah.
I don't even like. My wife will tell you I don't really do shots. Like
Yeah. I can
I'll do
see that,
shots of
yeah.
tequila every now and again, but shots is
Hmm.
not my thing. Like people be
No,
like,
it
oh,
changes the game, bro. Like, dude, like I've
I'm a
noticed that,
sipper.
like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, cause it gets you to a weird level way too fast, man. Like I think I'm past the shots too, bro. Like I went yesterday actually, had a couple of beers with my buddy Paul, and he was giving me some stuff that his people had made for me through Shutterfly and shit. Like he gave me this and like a couple other things and shit, like just some branded stuff. And like every time we'd pull out one that was real cool, we'd take a shot with it. We took maybe two or three, and like all of a sudden, bro, I was like, I'm fucked up right now, bro. This ain't cool.
Yeah,
Like I just came here to have a beer or two, man. This is a totally different situation we got going on here.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like if you're just trying to have like a chill night, have a couple of beers, you take one shot, it will fuck up your night. It's not okay.
Seriously, yeah, yeah. Hey, we
Yeah.
learned the hard way. And like,
Oh
hey,
hell yeah, bro!
I'm
And
hey,
back in the
I'm
day, we
30.
could do it though.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
32, and I peer pressure. Somebody be like, "Oh, Mike, I bought you a shot."
Sorry, bro. Take it
I'm
then.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You paid for it. It's yours.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Hey, you should all. Most of my friends know to ask me, "Hey, Mike, what kind of shot do you want?" Because like, I'm not gonna just
Yeah.
take. I can't do Vegas bombs. I'll
Mhm.
turn that down quick. I'm
Ooh,
not chugging that
real
with
quick.
that Red Bull. I'll tell the
Yeah.
bartender, "Hey, throw some. Don't no Red Bull. Throw some Sprite in
Yeah.
there."
Or do like cranberry or something, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anything.
cranberry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't give me no Red Bull. Oh
I
no,
can't
heck
even
no.
drink Red Bull like regular anymore, bro. That messes me up, bro.
Mm-mm.
Every once in a while, I'll be at the bar and I'll be like making somebody like Vegas bombs or something, and I'll have like a half a Red Bull, and I'm like, well,
Right.
I'm kind of tired, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll totally ruin my whole day, bro. You get all like
Yeah.
anxious and crazy, bro. Can't do it, dude.
Yeah.
But it always seems like a good idea at the time. You're like, it'd be all right, and then it's not all right, bro.
For sure.
Uh, but yeah, so I guess now let's go ahead and start taking this back, bro, and like this is gonna be fun for me because like I know you pretty well, but I don't know the whole story, bro. Like I know. So are you from? Is it Chicago?
No, I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland,
Cleveland. Okay,
Ohio.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I had that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. Born
So
and
born in
raised.
Cleveland. Okay. How long did you end up staying down there?
All right, so I was in Cleveland like basically all my life. I lived in Cleveland until I'd say I moved to Arkansas August what was that? August of 2010.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you was down there for a hot minute, bro.
Yeah,
So you
so
went like you were growing up over there. Like what's the vibe like over there? Like going to school and everything over there. Did you go to like did you go to public school out there and everything? Like
all right, so like in kindergarten to I say kindergarten to third grade I was in private school. No, kindergarten to
uh
second grade I was in private school. But
mhm.
I got expelled out of private school, but
You on some
that turned into like a whole big ordeal like nobody's seen. Like it was basically like where I got like illegally expelled. I've never
really? What?
Bro, I've never seen teachers and administrators conspire against a kid like they did. Like I'm talking about me. And it's like I could never take a teacher at face value about my kid. Like I need to know. Like I'm gonna have to sit in. I need some proof. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I
like
need to yeah.
because but just because of like things that happen to me. You know, like so. Anyways, like I get transferred to public school,
Yeah.
and you know, like growing up, I'm not gonna say I was like the best kid when I had anger issues. Like my parents, you
Yeah.
know, split up
Mhm.
when I was young.
Like when
Like
you were
say like
young, yeah.
preschool, kindergarten. Like that's when they split up,
Oh, okay.
and so like that
Yeah.
was kind of hard. You know, my
Was it like a
dad.
big blow up or was it something
I
like
didn't know. I didn't understand. Like my thing was like, why is my dad leaving me? I never understood like it was,
yeah.
you know, because all you see is your dad walking out the house. That your dad is normally when he comes in the house, he stays at the house. He goes to
Yeah.
work. Not your
Mhm.
dad's not living here anymore. So, you know, as a kid, you know, like now you might think, you know, of course my dad wasn't leaving me. And you know, my dad, I
Yeah.
remember him telling me, you know, like, hey, I'm not leaving you, son. I'm always a phone call away. You know,
Yeah.
but as a kid, the only thing that you can process is my dad is leaving. My
He's
dad's
not going to
not.
be here all the time like
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
yeah. So that was kind of hard. I mean, I went through anger management classes, all of that
Yep,
stuff.
same. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I transferred to my first public school,
Mhm.
and
Shout him
I
out. Where
got
was it?
it was O.H. Perry in Cleveland, Ohio. Oliver
Hey,
Hazard
okay.
Perry. First time I got well, no, I'm not gonna say it was the first time I got jumped, but it was the first time like where like it just kept happening. Like I kept getting jumped.
Really?
Yeah, the first time I got jumped, I would say I was in maybe like first grade, and this was like
By like
this
other
was
first graders?
no man. These was kids older than me.
Oh
Kid you not,
shit.
that was on my street. It was actually
Yeah.
this dude was probably like in between, like I say, I was probably like first grade. I'm in first
Yeah.
grade. This dude's
Uh-huh.
probably 13 to 15 years old. And
Shit.
yeah, bro, but like, I don't know, like I was a small kid, I was skinny, but I had like this weird strength. Like, I know my
Yeah.
mom heavy handed, so I guess like I know I'm naturally heavy handed and stuff like that, but I
Mhm.
just had this weird strength. And so
Mhm.
like these dudes would pick on me. And so like my uncles at the time, like, I was the only child. So
Yeah.
I had to fend for myself. I done learned
Mhm.
everything. I got rocks and tube socks. I got them hid around my house and everything. Like I got
Yeah.
rocks in the crates, everything. And these dudes like jumped me one time, took my bike. I go down there with my tube sock. Bam! I start hitting dudes. Next thing you know, I get jumped
Yeah.
again. This
God.
this 13 this 13 15-year old comes or
Mhm.
whatever, and like I basically like I hit him with it, and I'm like swinging like where he can't come up on me. He
You looking
goes to
like
his
David and
house,
Goliath out here,
bro.
bro.
He goes to it like he said he gonna go to his house and get his dog on me. He goes to get his pit bull on me. My
What
mom
the
sees
fuck?
me, bro. I'm on the porch, like I'm like hiding, but not hiding. You know what I'm saying? My
Yeah.
mom, she pulls up to the house like, boy, what's going on? What's wrong? And I'm like, man, they about to jump me again. I was like, I just fought him off. Dude said he about to go and get his dog on me.
Uh
Bro,
huh.
all we see, my mom, she goes upstairs. I'm still on the porch. I see like it's like a mass of people like coming down.
Oh shit.
My mom's coming down the stairs. All I hear is some like
Moms don't play that shit.
mom like all I hear is some like stuff just falling down the steps. I'm like, what the
Mhm.
heck is falling down the steps? And next thing I know, my mom is loading up her pistol.
Oh shit.
Yeah, loading up her pistol.
Yeah.
And like this dude is big. Like he's big. I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, that's a yeah.
yeah.
15-year-old,
So
he's basically
yeah,
grown. You know what I mean?
man. So dude, they walk up on the front yard and everything. Like basically, like at the steps. My mom is at the top of the steps, and she basically tell them like, y'all ain't gonna jump my son, or
Mhm.
whatever. And you're not gonna sick your dog. And she's like, you can go ahead and get. Basically, she had like her scrubs on. And so she
Yeah.
had the gun like in her scrubs, so she didn't want like everybody in the crowd to see. But like he was
Yeah.
the one that was, like the ringleader standing at the front
The
steps.
instigator. Yeah.
Bro, yeah. So she pulled it up a little bit so he could see the handle, and then that's when he backed off.
Yeah.
The next weekend, my cousins came, looked all
Mhm.
around for dude. He was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah, my older cousins came. Yeah, nowhere to be
Oh, and
found.
they
But
weren't playing that shit, bro. They was
no,
about
they
to find
weren't.
that
They
dude.
weren't. I'm talking about we was riding the bikes all around the neighborhood looking for dudes.
Mobbing
Bro,
out there, bro.
bro, yeah. So it was just never went down. But my mom was like, "Nah, it's time for us to move." So we ended up moving. We
Yeah.
moved into like a better neighborhood and everything.
Mhm.
So fast forward, I get kicked out of private
Mhm.
school. I'm transferred into this public school, and I get jumped. And I tell my mom about it, and she's like, "All right,
Wait, in the
it,
private school?
no, this is like public school. I
Oh,
get
in the
jumped.
new.
I ain't yeah."
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I get jumped. I tell my mom about it, and she is like, "So what you do?" And I was like, "Man, I just curled up in a ball, you know." And she was like, "Heck no." She was like, "You grab one of them, and the harder they kicking you and all that, yeah, that's as
Mhm.
hard. That's as hard as you hit that other one that you get."
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard to do. It's easier
Yeah,
said
for
said
sure,
than
man.
done.
Yeah. Shit, you probably
So
like 8 years old at this point.
bro,
Like,
yeah, bro. I'm talking about, and then like it was like a rap. Like these guys found out I played for Sims Raiders football team, and then Muni League, and then they play
hmm
for Pile Six, and Sims Raiders soft. So I get jumped by all the Pile Six players and stuff like that.
golly, bro.
And like I tell my mom about it, and my mom was like, "Shoot, what you do is you catch them one on one." And
Yeah.
so that's what I
Anytime you
started
get a
doing.
chance.
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
catching them one on one. Man, then I catch them one on one, I get jumped again. I catch another one. Bro, I
Oh
got jumped so
god.
many times in my life, but I swear I knew how to handle myself in it though.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, I say growing up in Cleveland, man, you know, it shaped who I am today.
Yeah.
Um, it I can say, I did learn, a lot of bad habits,
Mhm.
but I grew from it. And like how we were just
Yeah.
talking earlier in the show, are you gonna die on that hill or are you gonna, grow?
You gonna learn from it and
Yeah,
pivot out.
and
Yeah.
my mom and my dad, they were strict. They were strict, but you know, it's only so strict you could be, and there's only so much that you can do and so much that you can watch. And the
That
thing
you can
about it
stop them
is,
from because you'll figure out how to do it either way.
yeah, and I mean, by the time I'm in middle school, like I said, elementary school in Cleveland, there's you have to live a certain amount of miles away to get on the yellow school bus. And it's not by
Yeah.
driving. It's by they put the school, they had a school, and they take a straight line from the school to your house, and that's how they
And
indicate
look
the
at the
miles.
map. Oh
That's how
shit.
they
Yeah.
indicate the miles. It's not
Yeah.
about, the all the
How you gotta
turns that
drive and
yeah,
everything.
it's not
Yeah.
about
You
that. That
taking
ain't
like back alleys and
yeah,
shit.
they don't care about that. So I mean, that was I had to walk home and stuff like that, doing that.
Mhm.
But by the time I get to middle school, there is no public transportation. In my middle school, I got into because I had pretty good grades. Garrett Morgan
Mhm.
Cleveland School of Science, and I mean this
Yeah.
kind of
Nice.
opened my eyes up to to different things and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
That's
Um,
what's up. Okay. Yeah.
but at Garrett Morgan School of Science was on the west side of Cleveland, and I lived on the east side of Cleveland. And the way to get to
Ah. Yeah.
school, ain't no yellow school buses for
Uh
nobody
huh.
that's in middle school or high school. If you go to Cleveland Public School, ain't no yellow school buses for you. Yeah,
What? And your
that's
mom? You
that
said your
that was
mom
cut
was
out the budget.
she's a nurse or what?
No, she was a instrument. What you call it? She cleaned and sterilized all of the instruments that the doctors and stuff would use.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
so
so she's
that's
working long hours probably. Like she's
yeah. My
not
mom,
able to, come pick you up, drop you off,
my
everything.
mom. Sometimes my mom worked second shift. Sometimes my mom worked third shift. When she got the
Mhm.
supervisor position, I want to say she was working second shifts. Basically, like I had to leave early for school, but my mom was basically getting home at 7 o'clock. But because my school is all the way on the west side of Cleveland, I had to hurry up and I'm out the house by 6. You
Oh,
know,
jeez, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't even, I didn't really get to see my mom sometimes. Sometimes if I got home early, if I didn't have baseball practice or something like that, I might get to
Yeah.
see her leaving out. But
Mhm.
other than
But
that,
she trusted you and you trusted her kind of deal, like y'all was
yeah,
both
I
taking care of
mean,
your business.
kind of.
Yeah.
I did have my stepfather was there um,
Mhm.
when I was in middle school, and
Right.
he kind of worked a little 9 to 5. So I mean, he was there for that
Okay,
time,
yeah.
but there were so much things that you can get into from catching a bus from the east side going to the west
Shit.
side and the west side to this side, and
I mean, that's probably like a what, like a 30, 45 minute walk through some shit.
nah, bro, this ain't no walk, bro. This is catching the bus. So
Oh, the
from
public
my
bus?
house,
Like the
public transportation
Oh,
buses.
so you seeing some shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, this is where I catch one bus to go downtown and then catch
Mhm.
that bus to get to my school and or to get to the street and then I walk. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
definitely a lot of walking and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the great thing about Garrett Morgan Cleveland School of Science, man, that like I said, opened my eyes. In sixth grade year, you got to do this thing called Invent America. Basically, it's
Mhm.
like you take an invention, or you take an invention, you make it better, or you invent something yourself.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
mine was like the handicap shower. I got an A+ on it. And
Hey.
basically, it was just like creating a shower where nobody had to move and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
because the thing is like they have where people sit down and someone still has to scrub them and things like
Yeah.
that. But
Right.
I had it built to where they didn't even have to do any of that.
Okay. Have you
So
patented this? Are you going for it? Or like
no,
what's
I didn't patent it. What they, to be honest, I should have, but they had me
Mhm.
thinking like my invention was already invented, and I'm like, no, y'all, it's not invent. Like this is,
I've never seen this before in my
yeah.
life.
I'm like,
Like,
I've
what are we
never
talking
seen
about?
it. Yeah. So honestly, I
Interesting.
should have, but
Mm.
I think somebody probably stole it.
I was about to say,
That's
have you
probably
seen it
why they
since?
told
Like,
me.
did
Yeah.
somebody grab it or what's
Yeah,
up?
they probably stole it. But
That's
my
what they're doing.
second
They're like
year,
farming these kids for their ideas. Like,
yeah. So my second year at Garrett Morgan, they tell me I do this science fair, and I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I had this lady, Miss Christine Story. Oh my gosh, the sweetest lady and the
there you go.
strongest lady, man. She was fighting breast cancer. She was the school's got like community liaison,
Okay.
and
Like a
she
guidance counselor or like what?
something like well, we had a guidance counselor. She kinda was like that, but like she was like the community liaison. Like we had like a community garden she was in charge of, but like I'd say she had better relations with like us kids, especially the ones from the east side, because she lived on the east side. And let's just
Oh,
say
okay,
like
right, yeah.
it's a different like it was just a different like thing for if you lived on the east side versus the west side of Cleveland. And so like the
Yeah.
east side where I was, mostly predominantly black,
Mm.
neighborhoods, a little bit more rougher, whereas on the west side you had more whites, you had Hispanics, and you had some Asians
Yeah.
on that side. So I mean, Miss Story, she helped me with my project. We decided to do enzyme reaction on eggs, and this actually out of like
Damn. Okay.
all the public schools. Me and this other young lady out of my school, we were selected out of thousands of other kids from the science fairs in Cleveland Public Schools to represent the city of Cleveland.
Nice,
So yeah,
dude. Yeah.
this guy sponsored us to do that, and so that
That's
was pretty
interesting,
neat.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Intel
Yeah.
ISF Science Fair. So I
Hmm.
mean, I got to meet people from like all over. I'm talking about like this is the International Science Fair. You're
Yeah, I
talking
was about
about
to say,
people
yeah.
coming from all over. You're talking about from France, from Japan,
Whoa,
from
okay,
Hong Kong, like
yeah. Hmm.
everywhere. Like I mean,
Where did they base
it
it?
was
Where'd you
crazy.
go for that?
It was honestly it was in Cleveland.
Oh
It
shit,
was
okay,
in
nice,
Cleveland,
nice.
yeah, but they gave us a hotel and everything. Like we
Oh
got the
yeah.
whole full experience. I got
Hmm.
to see I mean, they had stuff where like it was like robot wars. I
Oh
mean,
nice.
it was just all different types of stuff. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like, man, these guys right now are probably like millionaires and probably working
Yeah, they probably
for
went on to
Elon.
build some shit.
Yeah, they're probably or probably sitting on the board with Elon Musk somewhere. To be honest.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go, yeah.
but at that time, like instead, I wish I was pushed more into like that science and technology focus.
Yeah,
Um,
because it sounds like they were giving you a good basis for that, and like it sounds like I feel like that's part of where you're like your mindset kind of comes from of looking at things in like a scientific kind of a way, like from more of an objective kind of a standpoint, and like trying to figure things out that way, and like running tests on things, like getting all the information and everything,
I
because
would say you were
that's what you
spot
had to
on.
do.
That's
Yeah.
you. To be honest, man, science was my favorite subject, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I can't even say it was my favorite subject. It was just one of them subjects I always got an A in, and I'm like, damn, how I
It
get an
clicked
A.
for you. Yeah,
It
it was
just
the
yeah,
one. Yeah.
everything clicked. But and I think it's something that we also miss in the world. One thing from that was drilled into me, even in I would say elementary school was you get your hypothesis, you know, you do the research in between, and
Hmm.
the research is what's going to you get your research, you get your analysis, and then that tells you what your conclusion is. And I just feel like
Hmm.
in this day and age, in this world, a lot of people they have their hypothesis, no research, and their hypothesis
Yes.
is now their conclusion.
And
And
then
I'm
they're
just
doing their
like,
Google research to support the hypothesis with no changes to it. They can find something that'll tell them that the hypothesis is right.
bro,
It's crazy.
I'll tell you the one thing that did mess me up in school and it still messes me up to this day. The one subject that I thought that I was pretty good at, because I was pretty fortunate that right around the corner from the house that we had moved into, or whatever,
Yeah.
in a better neighborhood, there was a library right around there. So,
Okay.
I mean, like after I did my track stuff at school or sports stuff or whatever, right? After I would do that stuff, I'm like getting off the bus. If I didn't go, if I didn't BS around or anything, I probably went to the library. Sometimes I used the library as a cover, you know,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
to
Yeah. Every
to go
once in a
do
while.
other
Yeah.
stuff.
You
But
probably went enough that they believed it, though.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
especially if I had like projects, like I went to a science school, so I had
Hmm.
like projects that I had to do, and they were big on citing sources and things like that in books. But history, I would get like a B+ in history all the time,
Yeah.
and the thing was like you said, I was always on this research kick, and I had to do cite 3 sources or more.
Right.
So my book is telling me one thing, but I got all of these other books that say another thing.
Yeah.
And I go to take my test and I put something else, and then my teacher's telling me I got it wrong.
That is wrong. Yeah.
I remember this like it was yesterday. My
Uh huh.
mom, we go and we take these library books into the and we go and we talking to the teacher. And the
Yeah.
teacher says, "Well, my test is based off of the school book,
This book right here. Yeah.
not the library book. But the
Oh
library
wow.
book is the real ish.
Yeah. Ah
Who's making
no.
these school books?
Bro, it's a whole narrative they're spinning out here, dude. I'm worried about that and that's why we're thinking about doing the homeschool on Oceana, bro, because I don't trust that shit, bro. Like I
Yeah.
already know that we were talked into some bullshit. Like just think about like all the stuff that's come out like they talking about all this Columbus Day and all that shit. Like they've already backtracked on that, bro. Like what
Right.
else are we doing out here, bro?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say that I was fortunate, and then my mom, I was big into football, but my mom, she tried to do everything to get me out of football, and
She just wanted you to go to school.
man, my dad, they were big on like the education thing, but my thing is I knew education, it wasn't going to pay for my way to college. It wasn't going to pay for what I needed to do. It wasn't going to
Yeah.
help me focus. It wasn't like I said,
Mhm.
I had anger issues, and to be honest, I never felt better than the season. My grades were on point during the football season. The
Yeah.
only time my grades would slip was
Off
after the
season.
football season, the off season.
Yeah, when you didn't have that
And
outlet, you went out there
and
doing it.
I had bad anxiety. Like in high school, I would get rushed from my school to the hospital from passing out, from having very bad anxiety. Yeah.
Oh
I
wow,
used to
okay,
have
yeah.
very bad anxiety attacks, bro.
Mhm.
Very
Jeez,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. It was
Is
I'm
that
talking
like
about
a?
waking
You
up
think it's like a
waking
medical thing or what is it?
I mean, the doctor, like I was never big into medicine, like taking medicine for stuff, but I know like the
Uh huh.
doctors told my mom like, hey, he's having high anxiety issues, and
Mhm.
so the whole goal was like I started talking into like a counselor, and just finding different ways to deal with stress, but like honestly like could never figure out like how I was dealing with it. And then to be honest, I
Yeah.
never realized that football was what was stabilizing me until
Yeah.
years later, and looking back on it,
Mhm.
I never realized that it was football that was actually what was stabilizing me.
I feel
Um,
that, dude. And it gives you like some kind of like a structure too, man. Like if you're just going to school, like I mean, I know like you got like the whole periods, you have like the 8 hour day, all that kind of stuff. But there's nothing like, like being in there with these other guys that are on the same mission, everything like that. Cause like when you're in the classroom, everybody's separate. I
yep.
mean, that maybe that's like, a certain experience,
Man, no,
maybe there's
that's
some
in
schools that
Cleveland
don't do it
public
that way.
schools. Everything was
That's how
separate.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
man.
it's like it's almost like competition. Like you don't want, like they don't want your help. You don't want to be held by that. Like it's
Right.
everybody, every man
I
for themselves kind of a
I
deal.
had teachers tell me I would never amount to anything. I had teachers tell me that I would be nothing but a McDonald's worker. I had teachers tell me that I was not gonna make it to C21. Look
Jeez,
at me at
dude.
32.
That's
At
what I'm talking
32,
about
bro. Like
out here.
I'm telling you, like I got so choked up on like my 25th birthday. Like I got choked up because like when I moved down here or
Hmm.
whatever, I moved down here like on a Wednesday. That
Yeah.
weekend, my mom called me and told me my cousin and all my friends was locked up. Everybody who I was hanging out with. And mind you,
Yeah.
like if I hadn't have like left and went to Arkansas then, I
You might
probably
have
would have
been
been
in that, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean it's like, I just knew like I knew I was wanting to make a positive change in my life and like the whole me coming to Arkansas was my sister's mom and talking to
Yeah.
her and she was just like, "Look, I see that you want to make this positive change in your life, but
Hmm.
if you stay in the same environment, you're gonna
Yeah.
fall back into the same habits. And I think you need to
Yeah.
change your environment." She was like, "I think
You got to change
Arkansas,"
your people, places, and things. That's what they say.
and
Yeah.
she was like, "Arkansas is perfect for you because it's slow paced and it'll let you focus on you, you know,
Yeah.
and get
Kind of
on track."
unwind you some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how that move saved my life until like my dad told me that he was praying because he was having visions and thoughts that he was going to be either visiting me in jail or burying me. And
Damn.
it didn't click until then how serious like
The
dang
situation that
bro
you were in over there,
yeah
bro. Yeah. All right,
because
well, hold up.
like I said
I'm about to mark this clip because I gotta pee like crazy bad,
go ahead yeah
and
yeah
then yeah, I'm gonna hop off real quick. I'll be right back.
you good.
All right. All right, we back.
Alrighty, we back.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually gonna check this live stream real quick. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, we up there. 52 minutes on the live stream. What's up? Nice. Okay, bet. All right, so I'm gonna hit another mark here, and we'll hop right back in. All right,
Bet.
bro. These fucking beers are like, I feel like I'm on like a good, like, clean, like, nice drunk, but I feel like
Nice
I've drank a
buzz.
lot of liquid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That beer definitely flushes you out.
Yeah, that's a lot of liquid involved.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more roommate coming in. Yeah. Low, low. What's up, dude? We doing a podcast over here, bro. Hey, did you ever meet Logan? He worked at Fridays for about shit like a month or two, bro. He worked in the kitchen for a second. Logan Bryant, old blonde, like bright blue eyed looking ass. Used to hang
I
out with
might have to see.
Kavarin.
I might have to see
Yeah.
him by face.
I bet he might
I might know
hop
by
on over
face.
here in a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna throw this mark on here real quick. All right, so I had to go take a pee real quick, but we hopping back in. So what I'm thinking here is like I met the Mike Wilson that he's came to Arkansas and he's kind of unwound. So you're starting to kind of find yourself at this point. So like
Yeah.
back whenever you were in Cleveland, like what like so you're going through high school and everything, and you're like, would you say your main focus is football? Like that's what you
Yeah,
really identify
man.
with?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
football, man. My dad, my dad just wasn't big on it, man. And I'm talking about like where my coaches were basically trying to get me to get what you call that like exemption away from like your parents type
Oh, right.
deal,
Okay. Yeah.
because apparently like there was college coaches that wanted to talk to me and stuff, but my dad wasn't like, he wasn't hearing it,
Oh,
like he
okay.
didn't, like it was just like you're not going to school on a sports scholarship,
Yeah, and your
where
dad kind of has final say on that, like whenever it comes to that kind of stuff,
yeah, and
right?
it was just like where my football coach, like I'm talking about my football coach and my track coach was like, you can play D1, like
There you go. Yeah.
you can do this, like you, like there's coaches like we want you to talk to, and I'm just like telling them like, man, you got to convince my dad, bro. Like I'm
Yeah, like
down,
I'm
I'm
in, bro.
down,
You
yeah.
sold
You got
me.
to convince my
Yeah.
dad, you know.
Ooh, that's a tough sell
Um,
right there, dog.
so so I mean, so I end up after high school, you
Hmm.
know, I end up going to community college,
Right.
and
You didn't go for any of the scholarships, or you weren't able to get one like locked in, or
okay, so like I was going to go to Miami University of Ohio, thinking I
ooh,
got a
yeah,
partial
okay.
scholarship there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go play football on a partial scholarship, and I
Hmm.
get locked up my senior year.
Damn.
Yeah, I got locked up my senior
I
year.
definitely feel that, bro. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, but
I
to be
fucked up mine
honest,
with that.
yeah, I mean, but to be honest, it was you know, some people would be like, dang, I hate I got caught and da 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 or whatever. But I mean,
Hmm.
to be honest, ain't no telling. Like, if I didn't get caught, I could have probably still
Where
been
you
out
would have
there,
ended up.
yeah, thinking that I was invincible, and it could have been
Hmm.
worse. Like it's like my dad said, like it could have been worse. And
Yeah.
the judge, I will say, like I did have a lot of people write letters for me and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I mean, people, people aren't really bad people. Do we make mistakes, and
It's
that
all
was the thing. Like
situational, you know?
yeah, I don't think I was a bad kid. I just made a bad decision.
Yeah.
I did something stupid. Honestly,
Hmm.
it was
I did the
dumb of
same
me.
shit.
But
Hmm.
should my life be gone for due to that? No, and I
Yeah,
do,
right? Like, just go ahead
yeah,
and throw you away,
yeah,
lock
and
you up.
I do appreciate like the judge and taking those letters into consideration and everything. It got dropped down to just disorderly conduct, but
Okay, yeah.
so I mean, hey,
So that kind of shapes like where because
yeah,
without that, you're on a fast track, but you hit that
yeah,
little hiccup and then you kind of got to sit back and like reevaluate shit. And if you did that the right way, I definitely didn't whenever I got caught up in fucking in high school. Like my senior year, I got kicked off the soccer team and shit, and like I was going for the soccer scholarship, and I
mm-hmm,
just started being a dick to everybody and fucking drinking too much and stuff, and like I didn't take shit seriously. I got to college with like barely any scholarships and shit, bro. Like I did not do anything right.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man. I tell you this though, if I had I mean, I went to community college, but if I had like known what I know now about college football, I would have went the JUCO route, and then that way my dad like, oh, because at that point, if I had went the JUCO route, then
hmm.
I could have still
The
been
JUCO, what
seeing
is that?
junior college, where you go
Oh,
to
right, right,
these
right.
junior
Yeah, yeah.
colleges and play football. If I
Hmm.
had went that route, my dad wouldn't had no final say on my career. I
Yeah,
could,
you could have built it yourself, kind of
yeah,
from the ground
JUCO,
up.
cause
Yeah.
yeah, JUCO, you don't ain't no scholarship. You don't get no scholarship to go
Hmm.
play there.
You just get to
Yeah,
play. Yeah.
it's on your dime, and you go in there to get an education for the most part.
Yeah.
So if I had known what I know now, I would have went the JUCO route, and then that would have been all in my hands. But hey,
Okay. Yeah.
everything happens. I mean, it was meant for me to come to Arkansas, but like after
Yeah.
high school, I did try college. I went to the community college, but
Hmm.
I just felt like the community college was beneath me.
Yeah.
I was in the class, and the professor said she did not know what a thesis statement
Nice.
was, and I
What?
said, yeah, she was teaching
The
us how
the
to.
professor didn't?
She was supposed to be teaching us how to write a paper. And mind you, like in high school, man, I was on a 5.0 scale. Like
Oh yeah. Okay.
I graduated with a 4.2. And
Yeah.
honestly, like honestly, I had the opportunity to graduate better than that, but like I said, my grades would slip, falling through that
Yeah.
depression and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
so third quarter be bad,
Yeah. Right.
but
Yeah.
like fourth
Yeah.
quarter,
It's hard to deal with that
I
shit,
bring it
bro. It
back
really
up.
is.
Yeah, yeah. Fourth
Yeah.
quarter, I bring it back up. But I'm telling you, first and second quarter, my grade, I'm about A's, maybe one B. But yeah, like I said, I was on like honor scale, so like everything I'm learning supposed to be like how college is, and then I'm like
Yeah. You get to college
this,
and they're just as dumb.
and
Like.
I'm just like, bro, I can't do this. I literally get up and I walk out of the class and I don't go back. I
Yeah.
start working at Costco's, making $11 an hour. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
Figuring shit out
Costco's,
on your own.
bro, yeah, Costco's was a great company to work for. I mean, at the time,
Nice.
minimum wage was probably like
Shit,
maybe
six.
$7. I want to
Yeah.
say it was probably six or some change. I'm saying
Yeah.
seven just so I'm not like over. Like I said, I like to be accurate. I don't like to over exaggerate.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
like you know, so I'm like working at Costco's making $11 an hour. Like
Uh-huh.
fresh out of high school, I'm like, man, this is gravy.
That's great.
Probably
Yeah.
like,
You putting money back and shit?
man,
Yeah.
yeah. First month I take my like first two paychecks, I go and buy a car, straight cash.
Hey.
Yeah, you go buy me a used car, straight cash, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm good, I'm good.
You think you got it figured out? Yeah.
Yeah, but then life hits me. I start hanging out with some friends. I start hanging out with my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and really, I'm not gonna say like none of the people in our group were bad people. It was just the reason why I started going to hang out with my cousin was like I'd be at work and he'll call me saying that these guys was like trying to jump him, and I'm just like,
Uh huh.
ain't nobody mess with my family, but
Yeah. I ain't
I
about to
also
let you
know
go
my
through that.
cousin.
Yeah.
I also know my cousin ain't the type of person that just pick fights and stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I see these dudes who they just like they don't want to be thugs, and like mind you, like I
Yeah.
have some like my family's like I have some gang members in my family. I have
Mm-hmm.
some cousins, who are actually right now doing time in the feds or whatever. Like,
Oh shit. Yeah.
so like things weren't always peaches and cream. So like, I start hanging out over there and getting into some scuffles with those guys who really weren't
Right.
about nothing, and obviously police get called. And it was just
Mm-hmm.
where like I started, where the police were starting to know my name on a first name
You
basis.
started getting a little bit of a rep. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't a good rep, and it's like now I'm known as this street guy, and I'm really not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like
Yeah.
really not this street guy, but it's just like I'm being
No,
known as
you're an
this.
intellectual, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
and
happen to have
then
the body to be able to do it.
and then it started like then vice cops, like we had undercover cops in Cleveland, and they start
Yeah.
harassing us. I'm talking about it just got
Ah.
like blatant harassing. So like I started trying to stay away from over there a little bit more. My mom asked me to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to start getting on the straight and narrow. And then that's when I end up moving out, talking to my sister's mom, and we
Uh-huh.
talk about me moving to Arkansas.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Arkansas, in my mind, like I say, living on the east side of Cleveland. Yes, I went to school on the west side, had
Yeah.
my Hispanic friends, white friends, and stuff like that. But still, when I went back, everybody over there on the east side black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
going to
When you go
Arkansas,
home,
yeah.
yeah.
So when I go to Arkansas, I'm like, my biggest thing is diversity. I'm like, I'm about to go down here, diversity. I'm trying to, meet all different type of cultures and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I went for. I ended up joining and becoming Kappa, joining Kappa Sig because
Mm-hmm.
they was the most, diverse fraternity on campus at the time.
So you moved over there for college? Like that's where you went
Yeah,
there and started going
so
back to college?
when my sister's mom talked me into moving into Arkansas, I was like, okay, if I
Mm-hmm.
go to Arkansas, I gotta do something, right? I filled
Right.
out like
Mm-hmm.
5 college applications, got accepted into all of them except Arkansas Tech. I mean,
Yeah.
even got accepted into U of A. The reason
Hey,
why
yeah.
I chose UCA was
Yeah.
because UCA called me and was like, "Hey, uh, we'll help you out with this, this, and this." And I'm like, "Oh man,
Hmm.
if this school gonna help me out, throughout the process,
Yeah.
then this school might, help me out in the long run." So that's how I ended up
Bro,
choosing
UCA
UCA.
had the UCA had like the customer service kind of part of it, you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
were
they
in
definitely.
contact. They were walking you through stuff, you know what I mean? Like they were there for you like every step. Like I said, I went like just like last second picked UCA, went for it. That was the place I kind of wanted to go already. I got like a little half-ass scholarship to Lyon College up in Batesville, and I was basically like
Yeah,
planning on going there.
I know all about Lions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. I was about to be playing. I had like a $12,000 scholarship to play soccer up there, but the school's like 30 grand. So I was like, well, that's just not gonna that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
And so last minute, I picked UCA. My sister helped me throw a couple little scholarships together, and then they walked me through everything. Like they got me into college. Like they made sure that I got there and shit. So like I shout that out like any chance I get, bro. UCA, they had me on that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to, I'm at UCA. Um, I end up, like I said, I rush Kappa Sig, and I'm big on this diversity thing. And
Mhm.
boom, life hits you again with some unexpected things, and
Yeah.
so like now I'm not in school. I'm working right now. Actually, I'm working at McDonald's.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
working. I'm working at UCA
Oh
in the
shit.
student
Yeah.
center, and I'm
Yeah.
working at TGI Fridays.
Damn, you working all three of those?
Yeah, I'm single. I ain't doing that. I'm working all three.
You just
Uh,
all time working.
yeah.
Are you on
So
that? Are you on that McDonald's on Dave Ward or where you at?
I was on at the one on Oak Street.
Oh, okay, yeah, by
Yeah,
that Kroger right there.
yeah, across the street from Kroger. Yep. Yeah,
Bet.
over there by
Okay.
Hobby Lobby. So I was working
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
man, and I end up I ended up quitting McDonald's because they had this lady. I'll say her name. Her name was Janice. She was a mean lady. She talked to people like they weren't human beings.
Oh
And
Jesus. Yeah.
one day, I don't. We got this new lady who did a schedule. Like my schedule normally, I come in like on the back end of the breakfast rush, and I
Hmm.
finish our breakfast, and then I go in to set up for the lunch rush, and then I
Yeah.
work through the lunch rush. I would get off of lunch, go home, unwind, go to JJ's,
Or Fridays.
get no, go to JJ's, get
Oh
them
yeah.
dang on, get the
Hey.
wings and the Happy Minute beers, and
Yes.
then I would go to
Yes.
Fridays, and then I would work as
Bro,
the host.
JJ's with the Happy Minutes, bro, is
Yeah,
just
and the
game
$5
changer, dog.
wings. Yeah.
Yes, bro. 10 wings,
So
$5. That's over with, bro.
yeah, so I would go get my strips, get a couple beers, and then go work at Fridays. So
Yes.
I mean, that was like my normal routine. And then I stopped working at McDonald's. Like this lady, like I said, the lady Janice, man, I told you my regular schedule. Well, this lady comes in and change it. So you expect like lunch rush is like 11 o'clock all the way to like 2.
Yeah.
And we're right off the interstate and stuff. This is the summertime. You got baseball tournaments, all the sports tournaments coming into Conway, all of that. We
Hmm.
are busy always. The
Yeah.
new lady schedules me to get off at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the middle of rush.
Like you just gonna leave. That ain't gonna work.
Well, no, I mean, so literally, we set everything up. I done mopped the floor, everything done stocked,
Hmm.
made sure my teammates are good to go, and they tell
Yeah.
me, "Hey, you good?" Now, I had a I had to go to court for a ticket, and so since I had to appear for court, I asked somebody to cover one of my shifts. Now, before
Hmm.
I go to clock out, the guy was like, "Hey, can you let me know what time that is? I gotta cover your shift." So I go to look at the shift. Before I can even get to my name to look at the shift, I hear Michael, Michael, this lady calling me. Where are you? Your team been looking for you. You done left them stranded. You back there playing. She like, I'm not gonna say all the different names that she was calling me or
Right,
whatever, but
yeah.
she's just like cursing me up and down, talking to me like I ain't a human
I'm
being.
imagining like an old, fat kind of white
She
lady.
was
Like,
no, she was a black lady, but she was big and she was
mm,
fat. And
yeah.
bro,
She
I'm
had
just
some
like,
attitude about it, yeah.
bro. Honestly, I didn't even argue with her. I go back, I go to wash my hands, I put my gloves on and stuff, but she don't stop. She keep on. I say, screw this. I take the gloves off. I go to
Ha!
clock out. She like, oh, you just gonna leave? I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave. I got another job, and y'all know I have another job. I'm leaving.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have to
I'm
go.
like, I'm
What are you
leaving.
talking about? I'll
I'm
make
like,
more
this
money
is
over there for
yeah.
sure.
And
Yep.
at the time, hold on, because like I started off at Fridays as a host. So at the
Mm.
time, I had just this happening. I had just got done training as a server. Just got done.
Ooh, okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, so like I'm going into my serving shit. So like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even, and I know
You
how
better
much
go make
money
some
I'm
real
making.
money.
Yeah, I know how much money I'm making now. So
Mm-hmm.
like the McDonald's job ain't even. Honestly, it was chump change at that point.
You
The
just doing that
McDonald's
for a
job.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing. I'm single. I'm not doing. I'm working. Like staying out of
Yeah.
trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So
Idle hands, bro.
man, she keeps on. I tell her I quit. I go in and give like a letter to the general manager at the McDonald's. She's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want you to quit. Stay." I said, if she's staying, I'm not staying." And she was like, "Well, as you can, I heard about what happened. We have somebody
Mm-hmm.
talking to her." And I'm like, "Look,
That ain't gonna work.
the way she talking, she need to be gone." I'm like, I'm done. I can't. I'm not coming back." And
Yeah.
finding out probably like a month or two after that, she was fired because she threw a customer into the McDonald's window, all because she gave them a water cup, and they ended up getting like some Sprite.
What? And she flipped out,
So
threw him
you
in a
assault
window.
someone over some Sprite? Come on,
I
man. I
swear,
told
over like a
if
dollar.
if you had to listen to what I was telling y'all that she talking to people
Uh
like she
huh.
crazy, you'd have known that that was gonna happen.
You might not have what I'm guessing would turn into
Yeah.
a lawsuit on your hands, bro.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. I'm like, them people
Yeah.
had. If I had been working there when that happened, I told them, "Here's my number.
Uh huh.
I'll be your witness if you want to sue."
Yep. I'll tell them
Cause
everything. Yeah.
I'll tell them they knew she was gonna do this. She been acting like
Mm-hmm.
this. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yo.
yeah, man. I started working at Fridays and basically started working full time. I was just pulling doubles all the time
Hell yeah,
until
that's how I started out too, bro. Yeah. So
until
was
I
it weird kind of getting into that, like, like the face to face, like all day interaction deal, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it was
I feel like you would
it,
take to it very well.
yeah, it wasn't weird, man. So like going into Fridays, I applied to be a server, but like I said, they started me off as a host because I had no service
Yeah.
experience.
They like
And
for you to work up and shit.
at this
Yeah.
time, this was when like Fridays was like completely strict, bro. When they hired me, they told me it was gonna take me 6 months to a year before I
Oh shit.
become like a server, or they even
Hmm.
think about it.
Is that
And
Daddy
I'm
Dale
like,
telling you that?
yeah, this was Dell and
Yeah.
Wade and all of them.
Wade.
Yeah,
Yep.
Frost, all of them. And
Oh shit for us, yo.
yeah, so at this, I'm like, I get my foot in the door, show 'em what I could do. And it was like what, a
Hmm.
month and a half in, I started
Hmm.
serving.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then from there, I moved up in the bartending. From
Hmm.
there, I moved up in like trainer, and
Yeah.
then bartending, and then bartender trainer. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
yep.
You didn't ever dip into the management over there at Fridays?
No, not at Fridays, man.
Yeah.
It couldn't work, man.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, man. I love Dell, but I couldn't work for Wade.
Bro, that's what got me too, bro. That's what got me.
I couldn't work for Wade, and to be honest, man, it was just like my last straw. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna say his name because I love the guy, and I still got so much respect, and I really just chalk it up to him having
Yeah.
a bad night. Now, but honestly, he after the fact he said that he was having a bad night, but he took it
Mm-hmm.
out. He ended up taking it out on me, and it was basically
Mm.
like things in Fridays wasn't going how it should be, and they
Yeah.
come to me like, "Hey, Mike, I need you to step up. I need you, to be my eyes and ears. I need you to let me know." And I'm like, "Bro, where I come from, I'm like, what you're asking me to be is a snitch, and I'm not that guy. Like,
You talking about the other bartender, huh?
yeah, like, yeah, he was wanting me
Yeah.
to tell on another bartender and stuff like that, and it's like what you're
Yeah.
asking me to do is like I'm not that type of
Legit,
person.
legit be a snitch, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they would
but
do that shit too, bro. They do it all the time in the service
yeah,
industry, for real.
but like one night, what the person was doing was like affecting my money, and it was like just like they can't keep doing it, and
Ooh.
so like this time
Yeah.
I'm trying to communicate to him like, hey, you need to come do this issue, and he flipped out on me. And so I flipped out back. And then he
Right.
tells me to get up out the restaurant. So I get up out the restaurant. And it's
Uh
just
huh.
like, and like my whole thing was like, don't tell me to do something and then I
Uh huh.
do it and then you tell me you don't have time. I did exactly what you told me to do. You
Uh
better
huh.
have time. If it took me, if it was something that I was uncomfortable with, if it's something that you ask somebody to do and they're uncomfortable doing and they take the time to do it,
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
went out of their
it
way,
was
bro.
just,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
it was
get what
just
you
a
get out of
respect.
that.
It was just a respect thing, and I just felt like at that point there was no way I could work for that company anyways. And then Fridays
Yeah.
as a brand was going downhill too, so it
Yeah.
was just a good time for me. It was a good time for me to get out. I got
Mm-hmm.
out, started bartending at JJ's, managed at
Oh yeah,
JJ's.
yeah, yeah.
I will
Over in
say,
Little Rock.
yeah, yeah. I will say, getting the
Nice.
management experience was definitely good for me. But
Yeah.
if I could do it again, I would never manage at JJ's. I would have just
No.
bartended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same, bro.
I
That
would
was
have
my
just
mistake with
bartended.
Fridays. Was I hopped up to management and I was like, I can't deal with this, bro. Like working for Wade, like, bro, like
Oh
you're
yeah,
on your
yeah.
own.
Dale had
You are on your
left when
own.
you got there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It was bad. I miss Dale so bad, bro. I'd like to talk to that dude. Honestly, let's get this dude
Yeah,
on the
you
podcast, bro.
definitely should,
Let's get
bro.
Dale's ass on the
Hey,
pod, bro.
cause to be honest, like me and when Dale interviewed me to work at Fridays, we
Mm,
didn't talk nothing about the job. Like he just told me
yeah.
like at the end, like, hey, I know you want to be a server. It'll probably take you 6 months to a year. You know. Other than that, we didn't talk anything like because I want to say Dale's from
Ooh,
Pittsburgh.
he. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. He
So
told me
like
that
me
one
and
time.
me
Yeah.
and Dale had like that Midwest like vibe. So like,
Mhm.
he, the rough around the edges, like he knew me. And so like Dale honestly without Frost and without Dale, I probably would have had got fired a long time, like way before you
Oh
even
yeah.
probably worked there, Austin.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't even got a chance to meet you because
Damn. We'd
because
be
the
different
thing
people.
because the thing is like me, my thing is like I'm gonna give you respect. I have no reason to disrespect anyone or anything.
Yeah.
But if you disrespect me, I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna just sit there and stand back.
Mhm.
And what Dale and Frost used to always tell me is Michael, you weren't wrong for handling the issue. It was
Yeah.
how you went about it. Cause me, I just cuss you out. But to be
Yeah.
honest, man, like Dale and Frost taught me the political correct ways of how
Yes.
to
Right.
navigate in
Hey, and
the
Dale
corporate
is the best,
way.
bro.
Yeah. So
Dale is he's money on
yeah,
that,
so
bro.
shout out to them because without them, man, I don't think I would have got as far because I've never taken kindly to disrespect, man. I just don't
Yeah.
believe in you, man. There's no reason
And
to
that's the
disrespect
business.
people,
That's
man.
the business, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that service industry is disrespectful as hell,
yeah.
bro.
I mean, customers, I'll bite my tongue.
Yeah.
I've
But
done
if we're in
that.
the same boat working together and you gonna treat me a certain way, that's not
Yeah,
happening, bro.
like what's her name, Tish? We, I have to tip you out my money for you
Yes.
to expo my food, but you
Uh
mess up all the time.
huh.
Make that make sense to me. So
Right.
like, bro,
Or
like,
you asking me to like run my food and shit, and like I'm supposed to be doing my job back here. I pay you to do that kind of stuff. Like that's
bro,
what you're there for.
man, I tell you, one time Tish smacked my hands. Actually, this was Jen was training. Jen was training as a food runner.
Oh shit.
Uh, we talk about this story all the time. Jen was training as a food runner, and I had some mozzarella sticks. This was a bad batch of mozzarella sticks. All the
Uh-huh.
cheese out of all the mozzarella sticks was
Oh, just
gone.
blew out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so on the thing we got that where you put it in and you could put rush right
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
on the screen. So obviously I had to re-ring them in. I done already let the managers know. They done
Yeah.
already relayed to Tish that those are supposed to be rush. It's
As soon
said,
as possible, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
my stuff is sitting there in the window, supposed to go out. She's letting it sit there in the window. Mind you, you know how like once that appetizer gets bumped, the kitchen starts working on that entree. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that these mozzarella sticks come out before this entree. And
Uh-huh.
bro, she's like, no one touched my window and da 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 da. And then she's like, still, I'm like, Tish, can you please hush? I'm working the window. I'm like, Tish, like,
I can see it. Like I can
yeah,
see where your job. Like that's your job.
bro.
Do it.
I go
Yes.
to reach my hand to grab it. She smacks my hand. I cussed her the F out. They heard me. Well, what we call that
In the
section? East?
office.
The
Oh
east?
shit. Oh,
They
over by
heard
the
me
big
all the
win.
way in east. Yes.
Oh man.
Jen thought I was gonna get fired then. I didn't get fired. Like again, they told me, Michael, we understand, but you
You
handled it
weren't
the wrong
wrong.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you just
Yeah.
handled it the wrong way. But yeah, I cussed her out. Yeah.
Mm,
So,
that shit's
but yeah,
crazy. That's
I
funny.
got
It
burnt out
brings.
on that industry though.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Yeah, so you went off to JJ's. You started working up there. You went into management for a second there. Were you like the server manager, bar manager?
I
What
was
was
the
going on?
I was the bar manager, man.
Nice.
I was doing liquor orders and
Mhm.
everything. And then it got to a point where I was doing liquor orders 3 days a week. Um,
Mhm.
I'm driving
Yeah, cause
on,
JJ's blows through that shit,
bro. Yeah,
bro.
but I was driving from Conway to Little Rock on my days off to do the liquor order.
Oh
Then we get
what?
one manager who was like a fill-in manager decides, hey, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna help you out. You don't have on your day. It's your day off. You don't have to drive here.
Yeah.
Let me
Let me
teach
do
me
let
how
me
to.
do the order.
Yeah. So I do that.
Yeah.
They get mad at me for that. Yeah.
What?
But mind you, that my general manager didn't help me out. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like they wouldn't do this for me. The other manager wouldn't. But
It's so crazy how management ends up being like more than like full time. It ends up being like a lifestyle, bro. They
oh,
want you to be
bro,
there like on call all day. That's what burnt me out on management like
man,
immediately, bro. I was like, this is my day off. Like I shouldn't be getting calls. I shouldn't be getting this shit, bro. Like
I was
you
doing
know I'm not at the
60.
restaurant, right?
I was doing 60 to 75 hours. Like, kid you not,
Waha.
bro. Kid you not. And I
No
mean,
way,
and to
dude.
be honest, man, to be honest, I didn't mind the work. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the grind. I
Mhm.
embraced the grind. I
Yeah.
didn't mind it.
I mean, shit, you
The
just came
part
off three
was
jobs a couple
where,
years ago.
yeah, bro. But the part that just was there were some things like I say, it's not. I'm not comfortable enough snitching, you know.
Yeah.
And there's some things that was going on behind the scenes, and I'm telling them. Even they pulled me into the office like, "Hey, Mike, such a, this," and I'm like, "Look, if you guys need to be down here for a month, you come
Yeah.
down here for a weekend. People can be
You
fake for a
see
weekend.
2 days of some
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
yeah,
That ain't real.
or a week. That's not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
putting
I'm
their
like,
best
come down
face
here.
on for a little while.
Exactly. Come down here and spend a month, spend 2 months down here, and I
See how
guarantee you,
tired they get of you and show you their
yeah, I
real self.
guarantee you
Yeah.
yeah. And then, like fast forward, because I end up leaving that JJ's and go try another venture, opening up a rooftop bar and stuff like that. But then,
Ooh, was that the one that opened up in Conway?
in Little Rock,
Yeah.
in Little Rock,
Oh,
no,
okay.
the one that opened up in Little Rock, and
Hmm.
that
That's the one
that
that you hired old boy from Fridays for, right? What's that dude's name? Shit, I can't remember. he was a server there, but I think he was a bartender. It was a rooftop deal over there. I don't know if it's the same company or what, but
Yeah, I'm not
I might
sure.
have it confused. Yeah.
But yeah, basically that was just the owners was wanting people who have been in the restaurant industry to go ahead and open it, establish it. They wanted to steal our ideas and not
Ah.
compensate us for it. And so when I
Okay.
when I figured that out, I burned my bar Bible, got rid of that,
Yeah.
and kind of left them high and dry. And then I was gonna try to go back and work for JJ's, but then I got com- compared to something, and I'm not gonna go into details because I don't really want to put nobody out there like that,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
I should because it wasn't fair how I was treated. And
Yeah.
like I do like to keep things real, but I'm not that
You're
type of
not just
person.
out here trying to take
Yeah,
people
I'm
down
not
and shit.
savage, but yeah,
You're
but
not on
then
that cancel culture, bro.
yeah, but then it's like, I get compared to, or basically they tell my wife, "Hey, we're not gonna let Mike come on. We don't want you to deal with the same issues that the general manager and her husband had dealt with." And it's like,
Oh
you
yeah.
just compared me. It was like you compared me to. I have to say this. You compared me to an alcoholic, and I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that was that was the thing. It was like you compare me to an alcoholic and I'm not an alcoholic. I tried to tell you when I sat there and told you you guys need to spend a month or two down here. I tried to tell you. Now you don't want to hire me down because of things I tried to hint to you. How am I supposed to snitch on my general manager, on my boss and her husband?
Yeah. Oh shit. So they were putting you in the situation that you were trying to stay out of.
I mean I'm in it cuz I'm a manager,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like all of this stuff is being pushed back on me and projected
Was that part of the reason you
as on
left in the
me.
first place?
Oh yeah, yeah. After when they came to have that talk, and I said you guys need to come down here for a month or 2 months and see what's really going on. Like, don't come here
Mm-hmm.
and chastise me and talk to me, and y'all not
Yeah.
knowing what's really going on.
They
And
can
they
deal with
told me,
withdrawals
yeah,
for
they
a
told
couple
me that
days.
they told me that wasn't realistic, and I said okay.
What kind of fucking company are you running then? Come on
And
now.
so that night I decided I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done. And then I started looking around and looking around. Actually, it wasn't even that. I asked one of the managers because I had came in early and worked extra hours, worked extra shifts for another manager,
Mm-hmm.
being part of the
Yeah,
team. Even though
for
we
sure.
didn't see eye to
Yeah.
eye and stuff, just being part of the team.
Yeah.
The one time I asked for it, that was a no. It was a you need to
Ooh.
go ask corporate.
Oh,
Corporate, you
so
never had to ask corporate when I was doing it for you,
right. Probably on a whim too, on some bullshit.
bro.
Whenever you probably
Yeah,
actually need it.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro. So it's just like cool, man. I was just like I'm done. And then I mean, and it turned it out being the ish show like it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Golly,
called it.
man. Yeah.
I mean, you can't put your employees in that type of situation, and then you're asking them to snitch on someone. Like, I snitch, and then you do nothing about it, and then I still got to work with the person.
And then you still want me to keep snitching, like, and you ain't gonna listen to me when I do it.
And you think my life ain't gonna get harder, and it's
Right.
already
They gonna
harder because
know,
I'm in the
dude.
office with
Yeah.
y'all already. So no,
Uh
I'm
huh.
good.
Now I gotta look at this dude knowing
Yeah,
that y'all know and I know, and we
yeah,
talked about it and he knows. So like, what are we doing? Do
yeah,
something about
bro.
it or like shit or get off the pot, my dude. Like, just
My
go,
my
bro.
wife will tell you when we go out, man. I'm the DD for a reason, cause like I told you, I sip. I don't drink, bro. I sip. Like
I
I
don't think
will
I've ever
sip.
seen you like really drink either. Yeah. Like that doesn't even seem like your persona at all. That's weird
It's
that they would
not.
even put that on you in the first place.
It's not.
That's weird, bro.
It's not. Yeah.
That's so
So
crazy, bro. And with
yeah.
all the like, dude, working at JJ's, like, bro, I was working with like, I don't know if I want to like put any names on blast, but you
Yeah, I
know,
know how you feel. I
old
know how
T, old Tatiana over there, like a couple other people like that, like like sleeping in the back and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys.
I mean, hey, you know, they got their favorites and who they want to allow
For
to
sure.
get
Yeah.
away with, and that's probably what contributed to me being burnt out. But then also
Yeah.
like with COVID, and then realizing like my job wasn't an essential job, and
Hmm.
then people coming into the restaurant knowing that it's COVID, knowing like I don't have a full section,
Yeah.
like we're all on just so that everybody can make some type of money.
We're
We're
on like,
doing two
yeah,
two
quarter
table
tips and
sections.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you know what people were doing? They were coming in and not tipping, and that was like I just feel like not tipping is
That's a slap
disrespectful.
in the face,
Yeah,
bro.
but
Yeah.
to do that crap during COVID, especially going through the stuff that my family was going through, I
Like
took it
knowing
more,
that you're there
bro.
despite the fact that you know it's probably bad for you. You just have to be out
My
there to make some
the
money and
only
then they
income
fuck you
that
on that.
at that time during COVID, the only income that my family had coming in was me.
Hmm.
Was
Yeah.
me. My wife before she had the emergency C-section, my wife was on bed rest and had been on
Yeah.
bed rest for like a month. So that's income that wasn't coming in already. COVID
Yeah.
hits or whatever. That's I get laid off. Like that's income that's not coming in.
It's
Then
gone.
my
Yeah.
wife has emergency C-section. They open the restaurants partially back up. I get to go back into work or whatever,
Hmm.
but it's only for a couple days. It's not every day. And
Yeah.
then again, my
It's
wife is
partial hours here and
yeah,
there.
and
Yeah.
my wife is in the hospital still with my son because he was in the NICU.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then like to not get tipped. So what I was doing was I was filling out 5 applications a day, literally, kid you
Yeah.
not, all throughout Arkansas, not
Damn.
getting no calls back, and
All
so
different industries, or were you focusing on one,
everything,
or what
bro,
were you
all
going
different
for?
industries, man, anything,
Yeah.
anything. I mean, because my wife and I like we bought our cars, so
Yeah.
that's 2 car notes, two
Yeah.
two insurance. I mean, not insurance on both cars.
Yeah.
Uh, the government was giving people time, on rent, but
Yeah.
we had a mortgage. The bank wasn't giving no time, so
Yeah, those private
yeah,
companies aren't playing that shit, bro. That's
so
that's what I ended up with, bro. Like I never got to miss rent
yeah,
like during
bro.
that
My car
time,
got
bro. Fuck all
repoed.
that.
My car got repoed
Oh
during
shit.
COVID. Yeah, I
Ah,
mean,
rip.
yeah, bro.
Damn. Savages out here, bro.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that they was doing it. It was just like I said, man. It was like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude. Yeah. Did you
so
ever end up on unemployment?
yeah, I was on unemployment. That was the hardest thing. And I
Yeah.
mean, but still, unemployment wasn't nothing. My wife couldn't do unemployment because she wasn't technically laid off.
Right.
So I mean, still that unemployment is not even, what your full amount of a work week money is, and
Yeah.
then what the money that the government was bringing
The
in.
extra shit. Yeah.
It, I mean that a NICU baby, a premature baby, spending that money for a
Golly.
premature baby and all the things that we needed,
Did
and
you have
then on top of
insurance at that
bills.
point for him and everything?
Yeah, yeah, we had
Yeah.
insurance, but I mean,
It only
insurance
goes
only
so
goes
far.
so far. Yeah, you still
Yeah.
they find a way. The hospitals find a way for you to pay out of pocket
Oh
somehow.
yeah,
It's
they add a
always
little
something
something
extra.
in there here and there. That's
Um,
wild.
are you and your wife, do y'all breastfeed or are y'all doing formula?
Oh, we're full breastfeed, bro, and I'm so fucking glad with everything that's going on, bro. My
Yeah,
God,
man.
that sounds insane, bro.
Yeah, my definitely for my premature son, like we breastfed the entire time. My wife did it for
Hmm.
6 months for my daughter, but that was a
Hmm.
struggle and that was very hard for her. The
It's so
first
much
time.
harder than they like. I never thought that it was a struggle for like the breastfeeding part, but I mean, I never really looked into it. But like,
It
turns out, dude, a lot of women just can't do it, and then some of them, you know, they have all the struggles in between. And like, Kristen actually went and saw like a lactation consultant and like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta fucking like, it's a full time
it's
job
a
just
it is
feeding
it's
this
a
baby,
full
bro.
time job. It is
And
actually
then
is.
God forbid you got to make money on the top of that too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's why
it's
my wife
rough,
couldn't.
dude.
She was a general manager, and that's why she
Hmm.
couldn't, do the general manager in the
Yeah, she was the
restaurant.
general manager of the Conway
JJ,
JJ's whenever
yeah,
she had your first, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
that was hard on her. So that the second go around, she couldn't. She knew she couldn't do that. Um,
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
but I mean, so like I said, it was hard for her on the first one, but the second one was good. It was really
Mm.
good. I guess it had came through before, so I guess it was already kind of the streams was a little bit developed. I guess
Right, yeah.
the first time is
Her
kind of
body
hard
knew
on
what was up, yeah.
yeah, but for some moms, sometimes it's not like that. I know
Sometimes some women just can't do it. Like it
some
just doesn't
yeah,
happen for them.
and some of them just can't stop. And I know some people who donate theirs and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they make a lot, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
like Kristen's cousin. She makes like she was making like shit like 3 4 times what Kristen was making. Like she had shit packed in the freezer the first month.
yeah,
Like she had it on lock, bro. But like, and so when Kristen was kind of struggling a little bit with it, we got some of hers, and we actually haven't even gone through all that because Kristen started like picking up and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I've talked to a bunch of guys that like they're going through the struggles of trying to find some formula, dude. Because like the general manager of the place I'm working at right now, Cody, they were doing half and half. They were doing formula and breastfeeding.
yeah.
And so like now it's impossible to find formula. So now they have to kind of compensate there, but living in the DFW area, what he does is he'll drive around to different CVS's, Walmart's, fucking anything you can get and hope that you can find some formula somewhere.
Just schedule a doctor's appointment for your child.
Yeah, do they have it at the hospitals or?
I tell you this, for my son, we never bought like I mean, yeah, we had plenty of like breast milk, but you have like those formulas on hand and stuff like that,
Just in case,
just
you
in
know, yeah.
case. But and I mean, we 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 did it with my daughter too. We just didn't take advantage of it because we felt like we were fortunate enough where we could go buy formula. But
Yeah.
every time we took our children, my daughter and my son to their doctor's appointment, we walked out with sacks of formula.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
These most man, I'll probably be giving out a little jewels here. Most doctors' offices have contracts with formula companies.
Yeah.
They're sponsored by them in some way. Same way
Yeah.
like with toothpaste. If your dentist is telling you to get this toothpaste,
Yeah.
they're sponsored by them, and
Yeah.
that's how those toothpaste
And you
brands
get
can
that
sit
little
there
goodie
and
bag
say,
on the way out
yeah,
too.
that's how those toothpaste companies or those formula companies can say doctor approved or the number one doctors because
Yeah.
that's how they're able to say
They're dropping it in your bag on the way out. Yeah.
that. That's how they're able to say that, man.
That shit is so wild to me. I've been hearing stories about people like going, "Hey, chill out, Baylor." But like people that don't have kids be going into these places buying up the formula and then reselling it on the low like for like 3 to 5 times what it's worth, you know? Like
Yeah.
that shit like you should be beat the fuck up for that in my opinion, bro. You
Well, you
dealing with
saw.
taking food out of babies' mouths, bro?
I mean, shout out to Jeff Bezos has his downs for sure. But one thing that I
Mhm.
will say, shout out to Amazon on, was when COVID hit and those two guys that filled up their garage with a whole bunch of cleaning supplies and different things that people needed, and
Toilet
then
paper and
start.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It made national news, but those
Mhm.
guys were trying to overcharge and stuff, and
Mhm.
Amazon shut their account down. So they were stuck with all that
Nice.
product. They weren't able to really
Yeah.
sell it.
That's what you get, motherfucker. You better figure it out.
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to take advantage of a bad situation on people, bro.
Yeah.
Like when
And
people are at their lowest. Like imagine being like are you? So how old is your son now?
my son is now my son is 2 and my daughter is
Okay.
3. Yeah, my son
So
just
y'all
turned
aren't
two in
doing
April.
formula or anything now, huh?
Oh no, no, no,
So y'all are
definitely.
past that.
Yeah, we've been past that
Yeah.
for a while.
Now imagine like Jen wasn't able to make milk, and then you only had formula, and then you're in this situation now where there's no formula to be had. Like your baby is like probably honestly going hungry some of the time because you just don't have anything for him. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
in the beginning of this, what I would have did, I would have went straight to the doctor's office.
yeah, okay, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, because like that's where I mean, like I said, you know, with my daughter, we had the money to go get formula, so I wasn't really worried about it. But like
yeah.
my son was born, you know, during COVID, and so you know
Yeah, you're
we
having to stretch them dollars.
and
Yeah,
then the formula, you know, like I said, he for the most part he was breastfed. So the
yeah.
formula that was left over, we ended up giving to her sister that had already had a baby. So,
There you go. Yeah,
we it donated down, you know. But I
pay it
mean,
forward. Yeah.
man, we had them cans. They're like these cans, and they're that
Mm-hmm.
big around. I'm not sitting here saying that those cans can feed a baby for a whole shortage or whatever. Obviously, you need like a
Nah.
lot of them, but
Yeah.
I mean, I go to the doctor. I I
Yeah.
mean, if the doctor is not having them, then there's a really
Something's
big issue.
really bad.
Yeah, if the
Yeah.
doctor is not having them, then there's a really big issue. But even still, you still want to go take your child to the doctor. Hey,
As much
my
as
child
possible,
hasn't
really.
my
Yeah.
child hasn't eaten. I can't get any formula. Your child needs to go to the doctor anyways. Then
Yeah.
so I
Yeah. So
mean
talk to him. They'll figure something out, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude. This whole thing is just crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean the part that I seen like people on social media with this, you know, they want to blame the left. Some people want to blame the right, and this this really has nothing to do with politics. At the end of the day, this has to do everything with corporations, man. And,
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what does this have to do with politics? Isn't it like a supply chain kind of a
man,
deal or something
this
like that? Like,
I mean, if you want to blame anybody, don't blame the left and don't blame the right. Don't blame the Dems. Don't blame the Republicans. Just blame our government as a whole because they've allowed corporations to have such a hold on our country. You
yeah.
know, I mean,
On food in
that's the
babies' mouths, bro.
yeah,
Like that is like if you
that's
look at it like that, bro, like that's something that should not be privatized or anything like that. That should be something fully accessible for everybody. Any kid, any baby that needs food should have food. Like
I
that's
mean,
fucked up, man.
I look at food like food's a necessity, man. The way they
Yeah.
price it and things like that.
What is it? Food,
I mean,
water, shelter is like the
don't
three
get
that
me
you need.
look, don't get me started, man. I have people. I'm my whole goal in life right now is just to get. You know, a lot of people will continue to say, "Hey, you know, your candidate might not ever win," or da 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 da. But if everybody would stop saying that, and I just feel like this, man. The Republican Party and the Democratic Party are both corporations.
Uh huh.
They're corporations.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the biggest. Yeah.
So if you don't want your country being ran by corporations, why would you vote for
Based on.
corporations? So yeah,
Yeah.
so like I'm for less government, giving the country back to the people. I feel like
Hmm.
we should be voting on our laws and not a representative because
That's
do they
going to pass things for a certain agenda. You know.
man, yeah, I mean
Yeah, and
that's
that's
just
what's
me,
crazy to me
man.
is like the way like something that's somewhat recent to my understanding is like the way that they pad these bills with other issues. Like we should vote on one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be you got to have this, and if you have this, you have this, this, and this. Like
Yeah,
that's fucked up, man.
or
Come
you
on
can't
now.
have this. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
I
that's the
yeah, I don't
weirdest way to do business, bro.
yeah. Yeah, I'll
That's
say I
like
mean
saying that's crazy, bro.
that's why I'm for less government, man. I'm definitely for it. I'll say
Yeah, but it
voted for
also. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
I voted for what's her name, Joe Jarrettson, because that was one of like her biggest platforms was like turning, you know, because think about this: if we're not paying if we have less government and we're not paying so much for all of these representatives who don't represent us and things like that, think about where that money could actually go. Think
I mean,
about
just think about how
how
much
this.
of our bill is just salary. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So I
When
mean,
well, the point I was gonna
our
make was
schools
like
could be
when
better.
you bring it
Like,
down to the people though, like you have to understand that there's a certain percentage that is dumb, there's a certain percentage that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you
that's
can't put everything on the people. Like, and then
true.
there's those people that aren't gonna be involved. And so you're going
True.
to end
Yeah.
up with that class again of the people that will be involved, and then they get to make all the decisions. But if everybody can be involved, then they should be, but not everybody's going to. You know, like
Yeah.
it comes down to human error at that point, really, in my mind.
I mean, I put it to you like this though, but because I feel like a lot of people don't get involved because I mean, and I was one of those people. I felt like my vote doesn't matter, and like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, like I skipped a couple elections, and the
yeah.
reason why I skipped them is because like my I felt like my vote didn't matter,
Like, what am I doing here? Yeah,
and the reason why I did vote, and yeah, I didn't vote, people will say, "Oh, well, yeah, because you didn't vote Democrat or Republican, you know, your vote still didn't matter." But I feel like you're going to start seeing the tide slowly change, and like the percentages on like independent
yeah,
candidates are going to start going up. And I feel like once, because my thing is this: why don't all of our presidential candidates, like people think that we only always have two candidates? Why
yeah.
don't all of them get to debate?
They don't get
Because I
that full
guarantee
face
you,
time on the
I
news and
guarantee
shit.
you, I guarantee you, if those other candidates got to debate, people wouldn't have been voting for neither one of
Bro,
the two
what was that South Park?
main
What was
ones.
it? A shit sandwich and a something or some shit like that, bro. Like we don't want to vote for either of these people. If people knew that
Golly,
there was a better option, then they would fucking go for that.
bro, I
But
definitely
that's
had to
the
go for the better
narrative
option.
that's being spun, bro.
Yeah, like my dad told me he was like my dad was, my dad and my mom they've been Democrats their whole life, growing up, and it wasn't until, and so like me growing up, I Democrat Democrat is what I
Quote
thought.
unquote, yeah.
Yeah, but till I realized, man, I'm an independent thinker, man. To be
Yeah.
honest, like a lot of people, disagree. But when Trump was saying that stuff about Hillary Clinton and them emails and stuff, they weren't lying. They weren't
Yes.
lying. you know,
Yeah.
and like
Mm-hmm.
when Biden's saying this stuff about Trump, they're not lying.
They're
Like
not lying. Yeah.
I, like, and that's the great thing about. I just feel like being an independent thinker and going through life. Like I got to see, like a lot of people, I got to see the black aspect, and I've
Mm-hmm.
been actual a victim of police brutality
Yeah.
and things like that. Like I have that aspect of it, but then I
Yeah.
also because I moved to Arkansas and I've gotten more diverse, I can also
Mm-hmm.
see the aspect of why someone would possibly vote Republican money wise. Like I I
Yes.
I
Yeah.
see I see those different aspects and I'm able to
Mm-hmm.
understand that, but because I'm independent, I can see that. Versus
You
if
can
I
see both sides of that.
yeah,
Yeah. See it
exactly.
as an issue, and then you see it as a like the way money's being spent and the way money's going to the
And to
people
be
and things
honest,
like
I just
that.
feel like if everybody thought that way, the changes
Mm-hmm.
that we want, the changes that we need, we'd have them.
If people
We'd
were more
have them.
informed and just made educated decisions rather than just listening and taking things at face value.
Research.
Yeah, because I mean, and that's the culture that we live in where everything like if you thought that what you were being given was correct, then you have everything you need. So you can make decisions just based off of what's being fed to you. But like that's from another person or another group of people that have an agenda. So if you're not able to look past that and kind of take that plus whatever you read or whatever you get from a third party or whatever your core beliefs are, and make a
Right.
decision based on everything together, then like that's where the problem lies. Is like people just take things, they don't do any research, or like this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's bad, bro. It's bad. It's also it's like a it's like they do it out of like ease of access. It's like it's easy for them to do it that way. Like you have to do the time and like do the work to get the information. So they're like, well, I mean, I feel like I already know what I'm talking about, and somebody else is backing them up, saying, yeah, you know what you're talking about. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My we were talking about it's the attention span of people isn't as long anymore, and I don't know if it's because of social media or if it's because of phones, but I think that
Both.
that's the yeah probably both. But like you were saying, man, people don't want to put in the time because their attention span isn't that long.
Yeah.
I talked to my other host of my Fans Edge and my producer is
Hmm.
how long we should be keeping the shows and things like that because of people's attention span.
Literally
It's
their
just
intention spans. Yeah.
it's not that long. Like I
Yeah.
mean, I
That's where
say
I run into a problem because my podcasts they run fairly long because it's just me and you having this conversation. We're
yeah.
already coming up on 2 hours, bro, and it's like
I tell
I
people
feel
what
I
I
don't see
do.
how we could lose people.
The way I listen to podcasts and I get through them, I listen to them on like that 1.2 that 1.25 times fast or one
Oh,
and
the
a
speed.
half
Yeah.
times fast. Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I mean honestly, like we take pauses in between when we talk and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So if I'm playing up a little bit, it's just like as if you're talking but with no pauses.
Right on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and as long as you can hear it and like
Yeah,
yeah.
if I can, as long, yeah, no, there are some where some podcasts, mic quality or things might not be as, and you might not be able to hear someone
It
clear.
doesn't work
Those
quite
are
like
yeah,
that.
those are the ones where you probably wouldn't use the speed on, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're able to hear the people clear,
Hell yeah, you can
yeah,
turn a 2 hour podcast into an hour and a half, dude. That's the way to go, bro.
I've done
You
it
turn a
all
Joe
the
Rogan
time.
into an hour and a half, dude. You're
Yeah,
doing something right, bro.
yeah, man,
Them hoes are like 3 hours a pop, dog.
for sure, man. I've tried to get through some of his, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah, it's got to be a good guest. Like I like listening to Joe talk, but I really like a good guest for them to feed off each other because sometimes he gets people on there like they're real like intellectual people like you really want to listen to hear what they
yeah.
have to say, but it's like damn, bro, like you are giving me the runaround on how you're getting to these points and stuff. Like I understand what you're talking about. Maybe you're catering to a certain type of person that needs this explanation, but I don't need this explanation. I'm
Yeah,
tired of hearing you say this shit, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so I think we should we're coming up on about 2 hours, so I think let's go ahead and just talk about where my boy Mike is right now. Like what's going on in your world, my dude?
Man, right now, I have two beautiful children, a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
We moved into a 6 bedroom home. So when we
Six
first,
bedrooms?
yeah, man, when we first moved down here, the market, like, obviously, like the housing market is crazy. We sold our home,
Hmm.
and
And you moved down here when? Like
we moved down here. I'll say May 1st. May 1st.
okay, so y'all
So
recent.
like,
Okay, cool.
well,
I was
no,
just making sure
May
I hadn't
first
been
of
missing
last
y'all.
year. No, May 1st of
Oh
last
shit,
year.
for real? Y'all
Yeah,
been
it
here this
was
whole
just
time and I didn't know?
man. We just stayed because we was in an apartment. It was hard for us to like
Yeah.
really, and then we have children, so it's hard for us to really get out and find babysitters, things like that.
That's
So we
hard, bro.
were, yeah,
Yeah.
we went from a 3 bedroom home in Conway to a 2 bedroom apartment in Dallas. That was hard
Yeah.
on us and the kids. So now
Mm.
we got this 6 bedroom house. The kids got a playroom. They got their own room. Things
Six
are
bedrooms.
good.
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
bro.
Yeah, so I work from home now as a logistics specialist.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
love it, man. I feel like logistics is definitely, like I said, I have been looking, you know, I've been looking for a career. I at the company that I work for now, I won't say the name, but
Yeah.
the company I work for, I was actually trying to get hired on with them before COVID hit. When COVID
Uh-huh.
hit, they went on a hiring freeze. But I ended up coming back around. They were hiring, and I got in, and I've been working for the company for over a year now. And man,
Nice.
I love it. Working from
Yeah.
home is amazing. I save
Mm-hmm.
so much money,
Hell yeah.
especially
You
during
got
this
one of them
time with
6 rooms
gas.
as your office, or what's up?
Yeah, yep. Right now
Yep.
I'm in my office,
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
and my office is also kind of like we got the living room downstairs. This is also like my living room as well. Like when the college
That's your
football season,
space.
this is where I'm gonna be.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I got
Broadcasting
multiple.
live to YouTube,
Yeah, I
Twitter,
got multiple
everything.
monitors where I'll have multiple games on and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm
Running the
ready, man.
stats. Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Bro, I cannot
So
wait for football season to kick off just so you can like help me with my fucking lineup and shit, bro. Like
bro,
I'm telling you, like now that I know I can call in, like now that I know I can hop in on that conversation, I'm about to be asking y'all the dumbest questions, bro.
heck yeah, man. And if you want to hop in, a lot of people don't know, but there's college fantasy football. So if you want
I
to hop in
know that
that,
sounds hard, bro.
is everybody think that it's hard, but it's not, man.
Is it really okay? Yeah.
It's really not that hard. I
Mhm.
say the only difference is the only difference is you have to think about like if you got a player that's on Bama and they're about to play
Mhm.
like a scrub team and you
Yeah.
know it's going to be a blowout.
Mhm.
You might not want to play like your quarterback or whatever
The
like
full blown
that.
starter because they're gonna
Yeah,
sit him out after the first quarter.
or
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So you
And
might
giving other
not.
people time.
Yeah. So what you do is you kind of have like you can have that player, and then you can get like another one from like a school that's decent, but they're probably going to play their starter the whole game.
Yeah.
And so you,
Because you're not worried about them playing that great. You're just trying to get as many snaps with as many little points here and there, you know.
so yeah, so I mean, I think it's I love honestly I love college fantasy football more than I love NFL.
Oh shit. Okay.
I kid you
Nice,
not.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the only thing that kind of like I guess makes it hard is like YouTube. They had one and they got rid of it because of COVID. Because I guess they got rid of their fantasy football because of COVID. It was hard. It was hard on
Yeah,
everybody.
well, all the sports stopped.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
and then they decided not to bring it back. So we doing
Hmm.
it on Fan Tracks, and Fan Tracks is
All right,
let
wait, hold up, bro. I literally I got a piece so bad it's crazy. I've been trying to hold it.
go ahead.
I'm about to go hit this real quick and we gonna hop back on.
I got you.
Whew. All right. My bad, bro. I felt like
Nah, you good.
I was like jumping up and down to my seat and shit. I felt like I was like not giving you your due there for a second because I really felt like I was gonna pee my
Oh
pants.
no, nah, you good, bro.
All right. All right, so we're talking about the so the college The college fantasy, bro. So you had to hop
Yeah.
on onto a different platform, or what is
Yeah,
that
it's
exactly?
called. Yeah, I hopped on Fan Tracks with it. The only thing is
Rather than
Fan.
FanDuel you were using before? Or?
No, you Yahoo. I was using Yahoo College Fantasy before, and then we had to switch over to Fan Tracks. Fan Tracks is probably the only app that's doing college football. They just don't
Okay.
give you. Predict. Uh, they don't predict players like how many points the players are going to get. You know
Oh,
how,
okay.
like
You'll have like a projected
NFL,
amount of
yeah,
points that they
projected.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Mm.
don't do that.
Okay.
I
So you
do
got to know
it.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of got to know, who your player is playing that day,
Yeah.
what school and what team. But I mean, it's pretty simple.
That's what's up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like you might have a lot more like because like I'm in an 8-man league. I know some people are playing like 12-man leagues, and like you're just running out of players to get people. Like you don't have a good quarterback to pick out of
Man,
the free or the waiver wire or whatever.
I'll tell you this: there was a guy who made the playoffs in our league, and so like I had it where if you missed the draft, your players aren't auto drafting. I hate auto draft.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So,
auto draft picks the best, doesn't it?
bro, it gets on my nerves. It gets
Yeah,
on
we
my
had a
nerves.
guy. We had a guy. He didn't show up for half the fucking season, but he had the best team in the fucking league. And
Bro,
the main thing that got him was he just wasn't setting his lineup. So like the guy would be out, but on the other weeks he was fucking killing it.
yeah.
If he had all his
So,
players in, he wouldn't even have to set it. He'd just murder everybody.
dude, he picks his players or whatever after the draft and makes the playoffs.
He just goes
Yeah.
all waiver wire. Okay.
Yeah, he just, I mean, well, it was like, I guess before like waiver wires, like free agency. So,
Okay. Yeah.
because you still got to fill your roster. So,
Hmm.
I mean, he filled his complete roster, and I mean, but
Yeah.
like
There's plenty out there to pick from.
that's the good thing about college football is there's so many players. We did 20 person league in this one, but we won't be
20
doing.
people.
Yeah, it was 20 people.
Damn, and he
Yeah,
he
the
was able
pot
to
was,
pick out the waiver wire, bro.
bro. Yes,
That is
we
crazy.
won't be doing that again. It'll be more like 10 or 12, 10 or 12
Okay, yeah.
max, 12
20
max.
sounds nuts, bro.
Yeah,
I
20
don't know
was
20
nuts.
people that I could get to even play, bro.
20 was nuts, but it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I bet it was, bro. I bet you had like clicks in that bitch like
Bro. But yeah, man. I ain't doing nothing, man. Just living life, enjoying life down here, just trying to get more opportunities
Yeah.
to better my life. I, wanted to move down here for my kids so that they can have better opportunities.
Mhm.
Whether that be sports, whether that be technology, whatever.
Yeah.
Also,
Better schools, better everything, really.
definitely
Yeah.
better schools. Yeah, I mean, when I went
Yeah.
to UCA, so many people was telling me that they had college credits, and I'm just like, freak. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about like I was in, like honors. I'm on a 5 point scale, but what did it
Mhm.
mean if I'm not getting college credits? I mean, you know what
Exactly.
I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah. It looks
that
good
kind of
on
sucks.
paper.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's stuff that I kind of want my kids to be able to, have those opportunities. And that's, I mean, the way I look at it, like once I had my daughter, like my life was over, man. I'm living my life for my kids.
Bro,
So
that's kind of where I'm at too. Like I'm still doing my thing, like doing my podcast and everything too, but it's like every bit of money. Like I got money saved up back here and shit, dude. Like that's not my money.
it's not, yeah,
That
it's
ain't been
not.
my money for 6 months, bro.
Yeah, nope, nope. Your money
Yeah.
ain't your money no more. It's all theirs,
Yeah.
man. But
Mhm.
it's a
And my
blessing, man. I
time,
love
dude,
it.
like my time is just it's gone. Like it's crazy how like little time that you have, like I'm taking care of, like I mean I'm still working my full job and like I'm still running the podcast and stuff, but it's like every little bit of in between there's no like I get to sit down and just have a beer by myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like yeah, like well, so Kristen she takes the baby to bed around like 9 o'clock, and I get like I basically get to stay up as long as I want, and like I'll be kind of by myself at that point. But like she also wakes up at 6 and I don't get up till like 10. So in that time, that's my time to take care of the baby. And then everything in between we kind of split. So like I get
Right.
the nights, she gets the mornings, and then we split everything in between. But it's like there's a lot of bleed over, bro. Like
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I know. I
yeah.
know. If
Like I think
anybody
we
knows.
got the best system that you can have, but like there's no like perfect system for it. You're never going to be your own person again.
Yeah.
It's so
Exactly.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear them babies in the background
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. That's definitely my son. Yep. He need to go get in the
Yeah.
bed. Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. What time? Oh shit. It's almost midnight coming up.
Yeah. 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 He's over here just fighting sleep. You know how they do. They fight
Is
sleep.
Jen in there? Jen in there taking care of her,
Yeah.
taking care
Yeah.
of him, or?
Yeah. She had laid him down, and he was doing good for a minute, but you know how it is, man.
Bro, they fight that sleep so hard. Like that's one thing that gets me. I'm like, all you have to do is go to sleep. It'll solve every problem that you're having. Everything that you're mad about can be solved by you going to sleep right now.
Yeah.
And they just won't do it.
Now, sometimes though, if I put him down, he probably won't get back up though. I
Bro,
don't know
I've
what it
noticed that.
is.
I got that too, bro. It's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
weird. You'll
some.
get a good couple hours out of that daddy
Yeah,
put down, bro.
yeah, yeah. What else you got?
That's
You got
wild,
anything
bro.
else, bro?
Nah, bro. I think we're actually at like a nice little like a natural ending point here, bro. Like, yeah, it's been an absolute blast, and I'm honestly glad I got to know a little bit more about you, bro. And I'm glad to know that you were just, I mean, relatively close. I mean, Frisco's still like it's crazy about DFW. Like, you can live in DFW and still be an hour away from somebody.
Yeah, I mean that's the city,
Like,
bro. That's Cleveland, man. Like
yo, that's
if I was
wild, bro.
like I was telling you, like my high school, was on the west side. Driving
Mm-hmm.
probably about 30 minutes to get to my high school. Just imagine catching a bus, and like I told
Catching
you,
two buses and then walking,
well,
bro.
the two buses was my middle school route.
Yeah.
The high school route was catch a bus, hop on the train station,
Oh shit.
get off at the train station downtown, hop
Mm-hmm.
on another bus or whatever, just to get to my school or to get to one bus and then catch another one. So I caught like three buses and then
And a
one
train.
train. Yeah, yeah,
Jeez,
for
dude.
high school.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like where we had like I was at JROTC, so we would have like morning drills sometime at 6 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Man, you talk
Come
about
on,
football
bro.
practice
Doing the
sometimes, like
most
morning
out here,
practice at
bro.
6. So you just think
Wow.
about like at what time I had to leave my house just to get to school at 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
That is insane, bro. Hey, that's one
Yeah.
thing I will say about you, bro, is like you've always been the guy I know to put in the effort and also to be the guy that will tell you how it is. And like it's not like you're coming from a place of you've already weighed the options, like you're like, I have to say this at this point.
Right.
Like at this point, like you've put me in a position where I can't not tell you.
I
You know?
appreciate that you can see that. I guess I don't know if it's, because I'm, from up north or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or what, but a lot of people, I guess kind of call it rude or,
Yeah.
mean or whatever, but it's just like, I don't
Like
know.
you should be able to cut to business at a certain point. Like cut down to everything. We're talking man to man at a certain point.
I
Yeah.
mean, I was taught to don't sugarcoat. I was
Mm-hmm.
taught to never sugarcoat nothing. Say what's on your chest.
Yeah.
Say what's on your heart. And I guess just now in this day and age, it's like we're definitely taught that we have to sugarcoat so much, and
You
it's
got to do the dance with everybody, bro.
and I man,
It's
I
tiring,
battle with
man.
it. Sometimes I mean, sometimes you
Yeah.
might catch me, doing a couple because I'm trying to find the
You biting
politically
your tongue a
correct
little
way.
bit.
Yeah, the politically
Yeah.
correct way to say things. But man,
You can't just call somebody a dumbass anymore when they being a
honestly,
dumbass.
if
Like,
the way I look at it is, man, like if I'm not saying something to you, then I probably don't care about you or something like that.
mhm.
But man, if I take the time out to speak to you or to say something,
Yeah.
it's from a place of love. Cause
There's
honestly,
a
that's
level
all
of respect of it.
man.
Yeah.
All I got is love to give, man. And
Yeah.
I'm a loving person, and I'll say I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And my wife will
Yeah.
laugh when you say that. And I say that because
Yeah.
I say I'm the nicest guy because I'm not going to smile. If things aren't going right, I'm not going to just smile in your face
Yeah.
and just keep telling you everything's going right.
You're
Nah.
gonna get the level of respect you
Yeah.
deserve, though.
I'm going to tell you, if you're effing up in life, I'm going to tell you. I
Yeah.
have a friend, he comes to me about things, and I keep it real. I'm like, hey, I did tell you that this was going to happen. I hate being that
Yes.
I
Yeah.
told you so, but I told you so. And,
Uh huh.
a lot you can see all these grays, and a lot of people
I
might think
swear, right? Yeah.
I'm stressing, but it's not that, man. One thing I say is I'm wise beyond my years, and that's
Absolutely.
where you
Yeah.
get these gray hairs from, man.
You're an old soul that's getting to where you're getting a little old over there,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. So
I
you're
definitely
past
am an
like
old soul.
you're past your time. You're you're a grown man now, but you have an older soul than you even are, bro. And I
Oh,
really
for sure.
appreciate that about you,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
appreciate it,
Hey, I
man.
do gotta ask. Hey, have you hit up Caden since you've been over there?
Yeah. Caden actually was working with Jen for a while. Yeah.
Really?
But
Okay.
yeah, I've seen Caden. Me and Caden went to main event a couple times. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. They're about to open up a. So I work for Boomer Jacks, and they own or they do the ice house and stuff like that. And they're about to open a new ice house, or not an op. It's not the ice house. It's the crap. I can't remember the name of it right now. But they're about to open one up in the Star, and the GM of my restaurant is about to go open that place up. So I'm about to have to go check that place out for sure, bro. Like I got to go to
Yeah.
Frisco more, dude. Yeah.
Hey, well, if you're ever here, let me know, man. Let me
I
know. I
bet
ain't
you.
doing that. I'm just hanging out with my kids. We could chill on the back
Same.
back patio, relax.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll
If you,
drop Oceana off in the game room with your boy and your girl over
hey,
there. Let
yeah,
her
you're
play.
more than welcome. I even got a whole. We got a play pen and play set in there too.
Oh,
So
bet. Okay, that's over
even
with,
yeah,
bro.
even perfect. Yep. Shoot,
Yeah, I gotta come up north
my daughter
sometime.
might hop in the play pen with her. So yeah,
Hell yeah, she gonna show her what's up. Yeah.
yeah.
All
Yeah, but I
right, bro.
appreciate you having me on, man. Definitely, I would love to have you on the show. We do it live.
Yes.
We do it live every Sunday at 6 Central,
Mm-hmm.
7 Eastern. So just go on and we'll post. Like
Yeah.
once we go live, we post that link
Mm-hmm.
for other people to join live. We post that in the
Mm-hmm.
comments right after. So just click that link and hop on, bro. I would love to have you
Go
on.
ahead and hit me with go ahead and hit everybody with like a full blown plug. Like I need everybody to know how to get to the Fans Edge, where to find you,
Um,
when you're gonna be doing it, everything, bro.
all of your social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, just type in the Fans Edge.
Yeah.
Just type in the Fans Edge. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. If you
TikTok,
can, yeah.
Instagram, YouTube.
If you're
Yeah.
on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does
Yes.
nothing but help generate more viewership, and also helps
Mm-hmm.
put us up there in like that top tier so people can see our videos first. So,
Yeah.
yep.
There you
Yeah.
go, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And every Sunday at 6, you drop the action so you drop the recorded version of it on Mondays, you said?
Yeah, the podcast version is available every Monday morning at 4 a.m.
Mhm.
Central, 5
Nice.
p.m. Eastern. So that way,
Mhm.
if you like to get up and get your early morning workouts, you can go ahead and
Yeah.
listen to the Fans Edge. Or if you're just getting ready for work or just trying to get in the mood, need to get
You
caught
doing the
up on
dishes in the
yeah.
morning, a little something
Yeah,
something,
need to
yeah.
get caught up on the sports so you know what to talk to with your people and your coworkers for the week. Definitely
Hell
check out
yeah.
the Fans Edge. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, you're gonna help me out a lot with because most of my knowledge, I still work behind the bar, so I be bullshitting with people about sports
Yeah.
that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm about to use you get a little information, drop it on
Yeah.
them, make them talk back to me. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man. And I had to send you some fans edge gear and stuff so that
Hey, bet. Yeah.
yeah, and then that way you can also let your customers know to tune in as well
Oh yeah.
because it's
Yeah. You know
definitely
you got a TBOO shirt in the mail right now, bro.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, man, the whole platform is for people to be able to come on and discuss.
And help people out, man. Yeah.
The platform doesn't work if people don't come in. It's not the
Uh
fans'
huh.
edge if the fans don't join in.
I swear, yeah, you just be the
Yeah.
edge, falling off of it, really.
Right, right. So yeah, we definitely need the
Yeah,
fans to come, interact with us, man. It's definitely a
yeah.
healthy, live, fun debate. I
And
got
I
them
felt
on.
like, honestly, I felt like when I watched it on Sunday, I felt like I could have hopped in. I didn't see the link or anything. I honestly was kind of listening to it while I was taking care of the baby and shit,
Yeah,
and like all that stuff. But like, if I can get the time, like, I'm definitely about to hop in on Sunday, bro.
for sure, man. Would love to have you, man. Thank you
Yeah,
again for having me on, and hey, I would love to do this again. I would love to do
yeah,
this
dude.
again, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
so down with that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
once we get this whole thing kicked off, bro, I'm gonna get you on that detours of business, bro, talking about how you made everything work out, bro.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, bro.
Yeah. All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I'm gonna get this whole thing set up, and it'll be ready in a couple of days. But I'm gonna make sure I do my due diligence, make sure this thing is pristine and ready to go, bro.
All right, let me know when when it's available, so I
All
can go
right,
ahead
bet,
and
bro.
share it on all my platforms.
That's my boy. All right, bet.
All right, brother,
All right, homie. I'll see you soon, my man.
for sure.